Welcome to another DragonLance Saga gaming episode. Today we are playing a one-shot prelude to the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Dragonlance Shadow of the Dragon Queen prelude called Scales of War, actually. It is Bakukul Frostcult the 30th. My name is Adam, and I'd like to take a moment and thank the members of this channel and invite you to consider becoming a member by visiting the link in the description below. You can always pick up Dragonlance gaming materials using my affiliate links, also in the description below. We are joined today by three fantastic gamers, which I'm going to give them an opportunity to introduce themselves in just a second. But I'd like to set up the world. What's going on right now in the world so that everyone understands what you're watching exactly. It is the year 351 Alt Cataclysm. For the past 3 centuries, Solamnia has been in a state of famine, plagues, and commoner uprisings against the Knights of Solamnia in their forts and castles. Many knights and their families have been murdered by the people they once protected, as rumors that the knighthood could have stopped the cataclysm or that they had supported it for their own personal gain or wealth have spread. Other knights sent their families away for protection, and many fled Solamnia altogether, conceding defeat and living in subterfuge. Regionally, some knights have continued in their effort in protecting their people and lands. Lord Graydon Virnesh is one such knight. He provides quarters for knights traveling through Hinterland region and answers any call from Lord Fulgrate, the city magistrate of Maelgoth. This is where we pick up our adventure. As those of you who watched our live play of the Prelude Scales of War, you witnessed our heroes coming across a young man named Rise, calling for help. When the heroes discovered were creatures never seen on Krynn in the aftermath of a vicious battle where 3 Solamnic knights fell under their might. Upon further investigation, they discovered correspondence that states the knights were investigating reports of nearby farmsteads being raided by strange creatures that matched the draconians' descriptions. But who are these knights? How did they come to meet up with Rise and fall into the vicious beasts? Those questions will be answered tonight. We begin in the dining hall of Virnesh Keep, where Lord Graydon Virnesh is hosting 3 knights named Charles, being played by Colin, Scab, being played by Tristan, and Eric, being played by Gabriel. Gentlemen, please introduce your characters.
My character's name is Eric. He is a lawful good fighter. That's what I understand so far.
Okay. Charles?
My character is Charles. He's a lawful good paladin knight. While having a caring nature, he is a bit of a dandy, likes to polish his armor, looks spick and span, waxes his mustache, which generally doesn't look good to the peasants who, in this sort of times, don't like to see people who are well polished, well fed, and groomed. It kind of gives off the wrong perception. So he tends to rub people up the wrong way without actually meaning to. But all in all, he's a healer, and that's his vocation, to sort of heal the world and bring good and fight for the good fight.
Yeah. All right, Scab.
Huh. Where'd you lot come from? People call me Scab, but real name is Jack Narleth. I am a lawful good knight. Just a standard fighter. Groomed beard, brown dark hair for both my hair and my can't think straight. All those scabs are getting in. People call me Scab because I'm not the most laid back of fighters. Get into a few too many scuffles, always come back with a new scab. Didn't earn the title of Scar yet.
Yeah.
Well,
the upgrade?
The upgrade indeed.
Nice.
Well, other than that, besides a run-in with a red-robed wizard and a demonstration of just how dangerous the fireball spell can really be, I don't really trust all of them magic users. Not really. There's no honor in just blowing everything up.
True. There is safety. Far less scabs.
Not when your allies are in the range of the fireball.
That's true. That's very, very true. Well, gentlemen, Thank you so much for joining for this session. Now that we have your characters all taken care of, we are in Virnesh Keep. I want to show you exactly where that is here. So we all know that Vogler is right about here, Malgoth is right about here, and Virnesh Keep is right about here. So you are adjacent to the massive Vingard River that stretches across Solamnia, splitting it. But let's start where we are right now, in Virnesh Keep. It is early evening as you all enjoy the hospitality of Lord Virnesh and his son Xander. His younger daughters are performing for your entertainment. Elsbeth is playing the harp, and Jezebel, her younger sister, is singing an old Ergothian song about the War of Ice Tears. Miss Candace, the housemaid, enters. "Me lord, Captain Yun Uthfiel has arrived." "Wonderful. Send him in," Lord Virnesh replies. He stands to greet Captain Friel, gesturing for you three to join him. As the captain enters, you all recognize him as a member of a clandestine group of knights from the nation of Estwild. "Gentlemen, it's nice to see you tonight."
Sir.
Captain, good to see you as well. I hope your travels have fared well.
"I'm afraid they have not gone quite well. I come directly from Malgoth. I was tasked with delivering the missive to Lord Fulgrate, Malgoth's magistrate. It seems there may be substance to the rumors of war that have been spreading, and perhaps something more vile than even that. We were overrun about a week ago. I was sent to bring word for reinforcements if possible, but as I left, I witnessed the destruction of our circle. There is nothing left to reinforce. These strange creatures that... I'm sorry.
My apologies, sir.
No, the strange creatures we witnessed resembled dragon men. Scales covered their entire bodies. Massive wings on the bulk of them. Well, they fell on us unannounced. Never having seen their like before, we weren't quite sure how to deal with them, and we feared that they are part of the forces amassing in the Taman Busic. Lord Fulgrate has directed me to you, imploring you to set up patrols. If these creatures make it to the Vingard River, all of Solamnia will be in peril. You see Lord Virnesh sort of lean back on the high-backed chair that he was just sitting on, and Xander, his young son, excitedly steps up. "Father, I can defend the case. Let me go out and I will patrol the area." "You're far too young, my son. We have knights here for this type of mission anyway. Gentlemen, what do you think about this? Is there... I don't know. Have you heard of any rumors of war?"
Rumors of war are rife amongst the kingdom at the moment with so much unrest. It's actually really sad, to be honest. That's just the nature of today's age. But actual incursions and creatures of which you speak, no, sir, not at all.
"I've got to say, they are nothing like we've ever experienced before. The rage, the ferocity, they completely dominated the entire clandestine circle of knights. These are trained warriors. They destroyed them all. If this is the forces..."
Not men with space.
I'm sorry?
They're not men with space.
I'm afraid not. They definitely were organized. They stood up to the entire circle of knights. We were trained to handle forces like these, and they overran us without even a second thought. They never once mentioned anything in common that we could understand, though they did speak in an unknown tongue amongst each other.
Can you describe what they look like?
Well, specifically, most of them were cloaked. Again, it was nightfall. They came upon us on surprise. But when we did get good looks, this sounds like children's fairy tales. Do you remember when your nans used to discuss dragons in the age of Huma? It was as if they had faces of dragons, lizards with scales covering their entire bodies. They walked upright as if they were men. They carried themselves with weapons of war, and they knew how to wield them. Their tactics were sound. Some could even... He sort of looks around, gives a sign of evil, like warding away of evil. They could use magic.
Preposterous.
Could
Certainly.
this not be a ruse? a type of strange armor. We've heard before of some foreign cultures using armor shaped like animals to inspire fear in their enemies. It was dark, he said. Could this not be the explanation? There's no way. I don't mean to disrespect you, sir, but that's creatures as you describe, and with that level of organization and intelligence, surely not this is possible.
I completely understand your question on whether this is real or not, but I can only assure you it is very, very real. You see Lord Virnesh stand up. My girls, thank you so much for the entertainment this evening. Please go to your mother, see yourselves to bed. The men have to speak here. Xander's like, yeah, get out of here. He's like, son, you too. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. We have much to discuss. He's like, but father, certainly I can help. I've been training to be a knight my entire life. I have all the skills it takes. I'm better than some of these men in swordplay. He sort of narrows his eyes and like looks down at him like, really? His son's like, well, I can hold my own anyway. He's like, you can hold your own against trained men who I've told to teach you to fight. Your life has never been in danger before, and is not going to be in danger by this. So go. He seems to skulk a little bit, just stumbles away to his bedchamber. He's like, gentlemen, please follow me into the hall. He walks into a sort of, well, it's like a massive study. You actually see books lining the walls and this massive fireplace in the center that the maid, as soon as she saw that you all were entering, she starts actively trying to start a fire there. He implores Captain Friel to have a seat and all of you to join him. Would anyone like a drink?
I would love me some water, please.
Very well.
I think for this study, or for this session, a clear head would be most beneficial, especially with such troubling news. Water from the south as well, please.
Captain Frills looks up. I'd really love some brandy if you have it. How about you, Scab? What would you like?
Nothing right now, sir. I will get what I need when we leave.
Very well. So he hands out his drink. You see him pour himself a glass of wine, and he sits down on a very high-backed leather chair. You are all sitting in very, very luxurious furnishings. And he just sort of stares at the fire that just started as the maid starts walking out of the room, and she turns around and bows. Is there anything else I can get you, Lord? He just looks up. No, you may go. Thank you. I need you to tell me, slowly, as long as it takes, so that I understand exactly what happened. What is occurring? You see Captain Friel lean back, knock the brandy back, and put the glass down on the end table. Lord Virnesh, we were performing our duties, collecting rumors, investigating reports in Estwild. You know, that land is ripe with tribal activity, and quite frankly, not many of the reports that we heard, nor the reports that we investigated, were confirmed as anything but rumor. However, there are masses of men being gathered. We did not firsthand see any of these encampments, but we did see the caravans of men heading further into the east than even we were watching. And this confirms rumors of armies being amassed in the east, in the Taman-Busik, in Nordmar. Quite frankly, we just didn't believe that they could have any structure of any kind. You see him start to shake a little bit as he's clearly remembering. We were getting ready to call out for the night's watch when they came upon us all of a sudden. It had to be 14 or 15 of them, sir. Well, quite frankly, some sort of sticky web covered many of other men. They broke through the battlements. They went right past the guards as if the guards didn't see them at all. By the time that we knew that they were on us, many of the men were actively fighting each other as if they were on the side of these beasts. they had to kill some of their own before my commander sent me for reinforcements. I did not want to leave them. I would rather have died standing and fighting side by side with them, but I am a soldier and I do as I am commanded. There was so much blood. I've seen battle before. I've seen tournaments. I've seen men dueling. I've seen death. I've never seen anything like this. These beasts fell upon the soldiers with a ferocity, as if they thrilled in tearing limb from body. Quite frankly, it was shocking. You see Lord Virnesh stand up, bring the wine decanter, or the brandy decanter over, refill Captain Friel's glass, sort of prod him. Please, sir, go on. As I was leaving, I ran and grabbed my horse from outside where we keep them, and I just heard terrible screams from the inside, and then as I mounted, I saw the head of my commander come rolling out the back door, and these beasts followed after. I immediately spurred my horse, and I rode as hard as I could to Melgoth to report what I had seen, and I still don't quite believe it now, but there could be no question about everyone have been killed. They turned us against ourselves. I don't even know how they could have done that. Some arcane evil sorcery. Surely. But he knocks back to brandy. At this point, we must just fall back and guard the river. I can't understand any other course of action. If this is truly the type of beast that is coming for us, we will lose, sir. We will lose any invasion that comes this way. We are ill-prepared. Lord Virnesh puts his wine glass down. Gentlemen, what do you think of this tale? He looks over at you three.
Sounds dark indeed.
Are men slaughtering each other? That sounds absurd. We have the most loyal knights. They would never turn against each other.
Yet, sorceries can defy even the rules of the world. Whole bodies of men combusting, turning into flame over nothing. I can see it affecting the minds, and I'm getting the shiver. I always get a shiver whenever I feel something bad coming.
Over recent years, darkness has plagued this land. We have seen unrest with the populace. We have seen crops wither with no absolute reason. Something has been foretold to be coming. This could be part of it.
Indeed. Captain Friel, thank you very much for bringing this to our attention. And please, stay the night here. It is safe. You can take as much time as you need. We will take the mantle of this burden from you. Captain Friel stands up, salutes. Thank you, sir. Gentlemen, if you are to be going out and truly facing these rumors, if you are unfortunate enough to face the beasts that I witnessed, may Paladine bless your swords. He sort of bows again to the Lord, bows again to you all, and walks away. You see the housemaid at the door sort of guide him up the stairs further into the keep in order to give him a place to rest and recuperate, probably some food as well. You see Lord Virnesh walk around to a desk at the far side near the wall of books, and he starts writing on this scroll. Gentlemen, duty calls. Please, come here. You see him finish writing, and he rolls up this parchment, drips some candle wax on the overlap portion, and takes a signet ring and puts the ring onto the wax that bears his seal, and he hands it out to you, Charles. Duty calls, and I have no doubt that you will all rise to the occasion and answer that call. I have 2 tasks for you. First, take this missive and travel up the Vingard River, stopping by every town and village as you head toward Vogler. I want you to question the locals about these rumors of war and these vile creatures Captain Friel spoke of. If you hear anything substantive, send word back to me as you continue on to your second task. Your second task.
Absolutely, my lord.
Thank you. The second task is actually why I brought you here in the first place before Captain Friel came tonight. There's a Knight of the Crown named Becklin Uth Vihareen, under orders of Lord Fulgrate from Melgoth. She has been installed as the Lord Protector of Vogler. You must deliver Captain Friel's message and any other information you garner on the way to her. She must be prepared for what is coming. However, the mayor of Vogler, her name is Raven Uth Vogler, she has a murder suspect within her city, one Baccharis the Younger Uth Estide. He is said to have murdered the son of a tribal leader in Estwild. We will see him stand trial for his crimes. Do you accept this charge?
Sir.
Yes, my lord. My lord, would it be worthwhile the captain speaking to the librarian in the morning when he's gathered his wits? There may be some ancient or a previous encounter that maybe not in recent history that might help solve this mystery of what these creatures actually are. They may not be a new phenomenon.
Can you all give me, each of you separately if you'd like, a religion or a history check? Whichever is going to be more advantageous to you.
I
think mine would be religion.
Okay.
I will be rolling a history.
Okay.
This is a clever character sheet, I have to say. Sorry, just out of game.
No, yeah. So you got a 17. It looks like, Charles, you had a 6. I'm seeing 2 numbers. Let me look at this really quick, just so I understand what I'm looking at. So Charles, it looks like your history, which is based on intelligence.
My history is busy 0 in this.
It's 11. So
do the scores get added?
It should be all added together. You can
yeah,
either...
so your intelligence is the base, and then your speciality. Is that the way the system works?
Right. So you should have a number above your intelligence number. So, for example, I'm looking at Charles's. Your intelligence is 11, and so you have a 0 in proficiency bonus. So if you ran a check on history, for example, you wouldn't have any bonus. It would just be a straight die roll. So if you go over to the toolbar on the left side of the little polyhedron dice icon and scroll down to the D20 and just click that, that'll roll the D20. It might have already rolled it just by you clicking on it.
You could also click the advanced dice roller to add in any pluses if you wish to put that in as well.
Yeah. But if I just click on your history, for example, it just came up with like a -1 as the roll, or like a 5 plus 0. So it's just a 5. Oh, there you go. So 17 for Charles.
So do I beat the score as a percentile, or do I...
No, this is just a straight roll out of the D20. So you need to get over your intelligence in order to succeed. And your intelligence is 13 or 11, and you rolled a 17, so you succeeded in what I needed you to succeed.
But then would the religion make it 13?
No, correct? You'd have to do a separate roll for religion. I was just seeing which one you would prefer to do depending on your bonuses. So, for example, religion and history are both intelligence based, but you have a proficiency in religion, which gives you a 2 bonus.
Yes.
And so in this particular case,
so that add to my dice score? So that gives me
exactly.
19 then?
Exactly.
Right. So that's that'd be a success.
So all of you
Sorry, just
succeeded.
taking me about the
So you
wrong
know that.
mechanics.
Yeah, no, it's all new. It's all good. Each of you know that there have been, there's a type of a creature called a Bakali that's like a lizard man that you have heard of and maybe even faced off against in your own experience, but you've never heard of the type of creature that he speaks of. In ancient history, there is the Third Dragon War, which is really big amongst your order because Knight of the Crown named Huma Dragonbane supposedly banished the Queen of Darkness, which is this sort of evil goddess, 1,000 years ago. Very long ago. And so at this point, no dragons have ever been seen in all that time. The gods have been absent for well over 300 years, 350 years since the gods sort of sundered the land and punishing mankind. So without any gods, without any dragons, the idea of this new type of creature coming around, it is new to all of you, and no one has heard anything like this before. However, if the rumors are true, and there are armies amassing, it's not unheard of to consider that maybe people are acting on behalf of the Queen of Darkness, even if she's not here. You know what I mean? So dark forces could be rising and collecting and, using magic. And this is one of the reasons why the Knights of Solamnia don't trust wizards. I mean, part of it is through the history of, interactions between the two and Istar. But ultimately, Scab, you have had bad experiences with magic users firsthand. And so, you all do understand that magic does exist and that it can make people, charm spells, for example, turn against their comrades or webs to freeze them in place. And, there are, fireballs, which Scab, you had personally experienced as well. So stuff like this.
No honor
does
behind a magic user.
Yeah. So it's not unheard of that this stuff could exist. It's just that these dark times, no one, communication isn't really great between the nation of Solamnia with all the different city-states and all the different nations around Anslon, the continent that you're on, don't really communicate that much. So it's not the best of times to really have clear factual information. A lot of it's rumor and story. I don't know if that answered any questions that you had when you asked about the librarian or not.
No, it's more just for background in case new information came to light.
Yeah.
That could be passed to us on our travels. Mm-hmm. Or to hear the plot.
I'll definitely help you all as we move.
Because obviously that'll be taking place while we were on our travels. We were planning to head out first night, I guess.
Yeah. So Lord Virnesh offers you fresh mounts. You have all come in, but you rode your own mounts and stuff. And quite frankly, you came in from Palanthas, and so that was a very long journey in order to get here. Your mounts are going to be resting up. He'll give you fresh mounts in order to travel up to Vogler as you're passing through, stopping by every sort of village on the way, collecting information and listening to their rumors and stuff. Really, you're looking for some sort of proof that what Lord Friel or Captain Friel had brought up has, if it's already crossed the Vingard River or not. And really, though Solamnia does extend past the Vingard River, depending where in the river we're talking, if those creatures have gotten into Solamnia, that is a huge sign of war to come. I mean, this is a big problem if that's the case. And so just having a clandestine circle of knights destroyed is terrifying. I mean, who can stand up to Knights of Solamnia, especially a group of them? And, to imagine that they were just completely not only turned against each other, but slaughtered outright, that's bodes ill for the future. But that's where we are. So night goes by well. You're all right about here in Virnesh Keep. You need to go up to Vogler, which is up here. There's a lot of little farming and fishing villages along the way as you sort of are planning on skirting the Vingard River all the way up to Vogler. But are you clear about what is required of you? Are there any questions?
No, it's essentially a reconnaissance mission, and obviously to deliver this message that is required of us. So, okay. Obviously, a smaller group will attract less attention than a full company.
For sure. Yeah. Okay. I do want to say thank you all for tuning in live. If you're tuning in live, we appreciate your time and attention. Of course, we are trying to play the game here, so we won't be reacting and checking in on chat very much. Just so you know, it's clear about that. But yeah, back to the game here. The night goes pretty well. Is there anything you guys wanted to do before morning?
Are we still within the town that we started in, or?
Yeah, you're in Virnesh Keep still.
Okay. No, there's nothing I would like to do.
Well, if everyone's good for the evening, then the sun comes, morning comes, and it looks like a bright, fresh, beautiful autumn day. That's you know, the scent of the kitchen is wafting up throughout the keep, making your stomachs growl. You've eaten nothing but really fine, rich meals here, which beats the hell out of the hardtack that you guys have been eating on your travels from Palanthas here. And so maybe you're enjoying it a little bit too much, but in either the case, you're welcome to enjoy it. However, you do need to get going. So let me know when you want to start heading off. You see the daughters of Lord Virnesh come down. They've been sort of, first of all, they're young. I want to put that out there. They're too young for you all, but they've been sort of like eyeing you a little bit and giggling, and you know, they're little like sort of schoolgirl crushes when, you know, some sort of romantic figure comes along. You guys are Knights of Solamnia, and for these young girls who are trained to be ladies of Knights of Solamnia, it's kind of exciting to have you in the keep, and so they're sort of doing their best to flirt in their most convincing ways, at getting looks from their father along the way, who is also kind of eyeing each of you to make sure you're not, you know, acting inappropriately or anything. Not suggesting either of you would, but just, you know, that's, you know, protective father vibes. And the young son, Xander, is kind of pissy, to be quite honest. He's a little bit pissed that he can't go. He really thinks that he could add to this, you know, add something of substance to this mission, and he's just a young lord who wants to prove himself, and he's not given the opportunity right now, so he's a little bit upset about it. But you guys have a hearty breakfast of venison sausage. You've got some eggs. You've got some fresh milk from the livestock outside, and yeah, you guys are enjoying, you know, fresh baked bread and everything. You've got like honey coating the top of it, and you know, the cooks here are really spectacular. But you know this has to end at some point. So Lord Virnesh stands up. Gentlemen, have a good breakfast and good luck on your journey. May Paladine guide you. And he sort of bows and goes to attend to his regular daily duties.
Possible to charm one of the serving ladies to get us a couple of loaves of bread for the road.
Okay.
Seeing they're nicely, freshly baked.
Yeah.
At least get us through the day or two.
A very healthy shaped cook comes up, you know, sort of giggling and, you know, blushing a little bit. Here you are, my lord. And she hands you a satchel filled with sausages and cheese and bread. It's like, that should tide you over till you hit the first village.
Oh, Madame, you are far too kind. May Paladine bless you. Is the young lord around?
Xander? Yeah, he's still in there.
Yep. I want to go have a wee chat with him just before we go.
Okay. So he's sort of eating some porridge on a table by himself off to the side of the main table that you are all sitting at. Sort of, just kind of being pissy.
Young lord, may I have a moment of your time, if it would please you?
He stands up. He sort of, lowers his head in respect. Yes, sir.
Obviously, I don't want to talk to him in front of everybody. Just slightly off to the side so our voices don't carry.
Okay. Yeah, he follows you.
Just, just place my hand on his shoulder. Please don't think ill of your father. This is a man who cares and loves you very much and is preparing you for leadership. Your day will definitely come. It is just not today.
I understand. It's just disappointing. You train your whole life, and now an opportunity arises, and you can't prove yourself. Did you have to deal with this when you were my age?
Well, we all have. that urge to prove yourself, to test your mettle. It's the true calling of a knight. We all know this. Yet, as you know, we are still a outfit of peace. None of us crave war. War brings horrors that no man or woman wishes to see. Please understand this. For to crave war is to invite darkness into your heart.
I understand. I want to be like those heroes of legend. I want to stand up and face the darkness and be the shining light.
You can do that every day. Be the example. Be steadfast. Be loyal to your father. Be loyal to your people. Those who have those that have been heroes did not wish it upon them. Fate is a fickle beast. We do not know where any of us will head. Please don't rush for adventure. If it is your time, adventure will find you. But none of us relish this trip ahead. None of us wish to see war. I just wanted to take a moment to say that.
Thank you, sir.
Please, young lord, you will be our lord in time, and we will look to you for leadership and guidance.
Good luck on your journey. I hope things work out well for you.
And you, young lord, please keep the place safe. Please keep the place, the spirits up for our return. We hope not to come back with bad news.
I will do my best. So you see his spirit, is a little bit brighter. He feels better for having, had the conversation. The fact is, when you're just isolated in your own family and lifestyle, sometimes you get a little bogged down. Having outsiders who have actually lived and experienced and stuff coming and talking to you, it really did lift his spirits a little bit and gave him a little bit more perspective. And so, yeah. So you have inspiration at this point on your next roll, whether it's a combat or ability check. If you want to use the inspiration, just add on 5 to whatever it is you roll.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen. So are you all ready to head out?
As ready as everyone else.
And as he was speaking with the young lord, Scab stepped away to check on the rations we have for the trip. He knows we just got new bread, but you can never know with your water.
Yeah. Well, there is a natural well here that you can draw any amount of water you want out of, and it is as pure as anything you've ever drank before. It's not lead lined or anything, so it's it's good to consume. So you can fill up all of your wineskins and get extras, and have enough rations all prepared and ready, and make sure the saddles are all tied on the horses, and just get everything ready. All right, so are you good with that?
Yep.
All right.
Let's go do it.
So as you guys start heading out, again, it is early morning. You're hearing the chirping of birds. You're seeing the breeze play with the grass and the leaves of the trees. And it's just, again, it's autumn. And so this is just the perfect weather just to lay around in the grass and stare at clouds if that's what your life was. But for you guys traveling, this is probably the best case scenario you could ask for. You start traveling up the Vanguard, and though you are not right next to this massive river, and I can't stress enough how large the Vanguard River is from side to side, you would be hard pressed to see the other side of it. That's how wide it is if you're standing at the shoreline. So you see barges traveling. Merchants are using the river to pass goods up and down. You're seeing just massive ships sort of traveling in the far distance, nowhere near the shore where you are. Every once in a while, you'll see a commoner or a sort of a peasant type person fishing and just sort of enjoying their day, minding their own business. The road that you're traveling on is well worn, but it's not a maintained road. Like, for example, when you came out of Palanthus all the way down until you hit Vanguard Keep, it was a massively paved, well taken care of road. From there to Lord Varanesh's Keep, it is more, packed dirt, but, people come in and fill in holes and stuff like that. But it's not really like our paved roads that we're on. So you do have to pay a little bit more attention to your riding and attention and care to the horses. So I'm going to have to ask you guys to give me a check here. And I'm going to say we're going to use intelligence in order to check on making sure that you're doing well with animals. If you have animal handling as a skill, you can use that instead. But what does it say animal handling is? Is it intelligence? I can't see it from what I'm looking at.
Just gives it a point of 1
Okay.
underneath acrobatics.
So let's do an intelligence check just to make sure that you're taking care of your animals and everything's going well for you.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's a D100. You got to roll a D20.
Oh, D20, sorry.
Yeah.
Apologies. That was... Oh.
It's not so good.
Oh. Okay.
What about you,
All right, that's more
Scab?
like it. That's more like my role-playing ability.
And we're back. Eric, Scab, what's your roll?
I'm not sure why it's when you click on it, it does 2. So I'm just gonna.
No, just click on the D20 icon. Yeah, the numbers are the multipliers.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
Nice.
Mr. Cavalryman.
Yeah. So Eric is doing great with his horse. Apparently, he just, well, he knows what he's doing. The rest of y'all are having a hard time. You know, the horse sort of sprained its foot on an unexpected gopher hole at one point. Your horse, Scab, is not doing very well. It just doesn't look like it's had much exercise lately, even though it did look healthy when you were back at the stables. For some reason, with all the weight with your armor and equipment, it's having a really hard time of it, which is slowing you all down, forcing you to go a little bit slower. I'm assuming, Eric, that you're going to be hanging out with the rest of them and not passing them up, but it's going to take a little bit longer to get to that first village than you intended. And taking care of these horses for the two of you, Scab and Charles, is proving to be a bit more of a challenge than you had expected. If you had had the horses that you rode from Palanthus on, you probably wouldn't have this problem because you knew them. You know, they were battle worn and stuff, but because these are fresh horses that you're not familiar with, it's just not going so well for you. All right, so ultimately it takes well into the late afternoon. The sun is starting to set. You're seeing the rays of the sun breaking over the I'm getting mixed up. The western horizon, the Vingard Range, and it's just getting darker and darker. The moons are out. You see Solanary and Lunitary shining their silver and red glow, little slivers all across the plains, creating a actually remarkably beautiful scene. You're hearing regular animals and you're hearing people as they pass you by traveling their journeys. And you finally come to a town called Rivette. And as you start to enter this town, I'm going to pull up the map here. And I'm going to move down to y'all. So not only do you have your horses, each of you, I failed to mention that you also had a cart with all of your rations and equipment stowed in the cart as well. You come to this town of Rivette. You start walking toward the town center, and you're noticing that this town is completely devastated. I mean, it's not even really a town, it's a village, but it's not well maintained. It looks pretty ragged. I'm just going to move all of you here really quick if you can see me moving you as you move up toward the town center in order to head through it, but also just trying to find any bodies at all. And you notice that there's a group of people all gathered around this central area. And from what you're hearing as you're approaching it, over the sound of your armor clinking, over the sound of the horses and their ragged breathing because they're rather tired, and you know your two horses, Scab and Charles, are having a hard go of it. The wagon wheels squeaking and stuff. You don't really catch everything initially, but as you roll through, you start to hear, "Generational wealth should not be the sole factor on whether you live or die. These knights of your nation, They're hoarding their wealth and resources and hiding behind their walls. Wealth that you broke your back in generating, and walls that your ancestors raised on their behalf. And where is your security? Where is your wealth? You suffer while they sit idly by in their ivory towers and laugh. They laugh at you. They laugh at your lies. All they do is take, and take more. I say it's time to take back. I stand before you with the promise of a better future, the promise of security and order, wealth and opportunity. She of many faces has returned, the goddess that was pushed aside by Paladine, her followers tortured and murdered by the king priest. She has returned, and she is offering you peace if you are but to take it. And you're hearing muttering and murmurs of the villagers like, yeah, damn the knights! Damn the knights! They've done nothing but step on us, pushed us in the mud! And, other people are chiming in, who is this she of many faces? Paladine punished us! Is she going to deliver us from evil? And you guys are starting to walk up. You see that this is a woman with dark black hair, well tied up and rolled up in a very, sort of old school fashion. She's wearing very luxurious robes, crimson red with these sort of purple embroidered edges around them. She's right in the center here. I don't know. You guys should have access to control your own views here. But yeah, these people are all like standing around completely buying what she's selling, and it's all at the expense of the Knights of Solamnia and asking them to join this she of many faces goddess, whomever that may be. So what do you guys do?
I think we need to dismount.
Okay.
I'm gonna stroll up behind the woman and go, you have a silver tongue. But the reason why knights aren't always protecting villagers is because we're protecting from greater threats outside the villages.
Can you move your actual character token, your little figure, to where you wanted to move?
Is that my character? That's my character.
It should have your name on it.
It's a little zoomed out on mine. Yep,
that's okay. You can zoom in. So as you go past, did you dismount, or were you still on your horse?
Still on my horse.
Okay. So as your horse comes by this woman right next to you, she like sort of stands aside like, excuse me, as you start to say what you just were trying to say. You see the woman right here. See? They try to walk right over you. They're literally using their mounts to step on you. Is this what you want to look forward to for your safety and security? They are monsters, all of them. And you see these other villagers like, yeah, get your horse out here. What are you trying to do? Run us over? And they start to sort of like walk literally like a crowd around you.
Scab is just going to like shoulder himself up and just shout, silence!
Can I get an intimidation check?
Yes, you can. Let me just take a look at my intimidation score again.
If not intimidation, then you can also use persuasion, whichever is better for you. Or arguably, however you want to do it. Are you trying to be aggressive about it, or are you trying to be gentle about it?
It's a little more aggressive,
okay.
Yeah. What did I get? I got only a 4. That's another 2.
Okay. So you try to shout out, but no one is listening at all to what you say. Give me one quick second. In the chat room, Bio, thanks for joining live. This is me making up a backstory for the Scales of War prelude that's found in DragonLance Shadow of the Dragon Queen adventure. So this is us just exploring a different side of what's already occurred. It is not available. Peanut Butter, or Peanutty Reinhold, thanks for joining live. It's great to see you. Jay, what's up? And everyone else, thank you so much for joining live. Okay, so we're not on initiative or anything, so if you want to say something or do something, go ahead. You can see the tone of this crowd of commoners is really against you at this point. So as Eric, as you were saying, we have greater threats. Like, what's greater than the people that are feeding you, that are working your fields? We're the ones that matter, not you. And they're just like, yeah. And you see her turn and sort of take a step back from you because, the horse is so imposing right in front of her. She backs up. Is this what you're going to let them do? Are you going to let them walk all over you? Literally? And they're like, no, we're not. No.
First of all, ma'am, I did not walk over you. I did not walk over anyone. I walked around. There's a very fine difference.
Semantics he uses! On us, we're real people. How about you explain exactly what you're doing here? You're like, yeah, what are you doing here? You don't belong.
First of all, we're trying to protect all of you from a greater threat. A threat that none of you could possibly begin to imagine. Something that has been gone for hundreds upon hundreds of years. And all you're trying to do is start a riot, cause mayhem, cause problems, when we're already in a time of distress.
Are you trying to change the tone of the crowd? Are you like, what's your ultimate goal? Are you trying to persuade them in a way?
Not really persuading because it's telling the truth, but
Right, but
you can use the truth to persuade people.
Yeah.
What are you trying to get across through your speech?
to simmer them down, to calm them down.
Okay.
To just make a point.
So give me a persuasion check just to see if they're buying what you're saying. If they're believing it.
Do I have any modifiers? Nope.
11. Okay. You see a couple of them. They're sort of pausing for a moment, but the majority of them are not buying anything you're saying. They've been already riled up by this individual, and at this point, they seem to be getting aggressive.
Could I make another intimidate check to try and make another? Well,
did you use
speech?
persuasion before or intimidation?
Me, I used intimidation and failed.
So if you're going to try again, it would have to be with persuasion. You're going to have to change your tactics, so to speak.
Okay.
While this is going on, it didn't seem sensible to drive a wagon into the middle of this.
Yeah, no, I
Hence-
wouldn't think so.
Hence leaving the horse.
Yeah.
So I've walked up into sort of the middle of the crowd,
Mhm.
facing sort of man to man.
Yeah.
Obviously without undercutting Eric's speech. I'm waiting for a prominent pause, so whenever that appears, let me know and I'll jump in.
Okay. Well, let's have you go before we have Eric try his persuasion, or I'm sorry, Scab try his persuasion again.
All right.
What did you want to say,
Okay.
Charles?
Okay. My friends, we are also trying to find out why our brothers have died, why they were slaughtered needlessly. Can any of you answer us that?
You hear this sort of like muttering, like this woman sort of backs away from you. Obviously a knight in armor with weapons and stuff is a little intimidating. They sort of like back away from you. And ultimately, sort of murmuring under their breath, like, yeah, you caused a cataclysm. This whole thing's your fault. Of course they'd kill you. We'd run you out if we could. Like little stuff like that. But ultimately, this person that's, sort of in the back here, this one right there. Can you guys see when I click on someone? I don't know.
I believe you have to hold a click, if
So
you
this
hold
person.
that.
Yep.
There you
Yeah,
go.
So
we
this
see that
person right
person.
here.
Sort of got pink red hands
Yeah, exactly.
next to the
Person
statue.
So,
doing the monster mash.
She calls out to you, "Who are you to talk to us as if we were your vassals? You don't belong here. You don't live here. You don't work these fields or live in these destructed hovels." She's talking to you, Charles.
Eric, are you going to speak directly to her?
Yeah.
I don't want us to get flanked, so I'm going to move my way over to character says Reese, because I don't want us getting surrounded.
Okay, so Scab, you were going to do another intimidation or a persuasion.
Or
before
I was
that.
going to swap to persuasion.
So let's do that.
And I was Okay, I'm gonna make the roll before I say anything, just to see what I end up saying.
Okay.
All right, so middle of the road. And what do you expect will come from riling them up like this? What do you expect to actually happen besides more misfortune and toil from being so angry and letting one person change your minds? Think for yourself, people.
Your perception is
Was that
8.
perception? Nope.
No, I'm just looking at your passive perception to see.
Okay.
You see her clearly start moving her hands in an arcane manner, and she starts speaking. She pulls out this tuft of like this powdery substance that stinks to high heaven when the breeze brings it to your nose. She throws it down to the ground, and we're gonna roll initiative. So initiative, roll a d20, and let me know your result.
Let me quickly take a look and see. I'm pretty sure I have a +2 initiative.
Oh, that is horrible.
Oh god, that's
I
it.
got a
Oh my
+2.
god. Oh, God. Just give me a
This is on par. This is exactly what we. This is how we roll.
Woo!
Horrible rolls all around. All right, so Charles, what did you have? You had a 5. Great initiative. Scab, what was your initiative?
Gonna trouble my
18.
own boots, land on my own sword, and knock myself out.
18. That's great. What
Just
is,
got to get
you
a
had a
quick
+2 bonus?
stretch.
So I'm gonna drop
Me?
this down to 17. Yeah, you said you had a +2 initiative bonus.
Yeah.
Okay, so she had an 18 as well, so you have a better bonus, so she's going to drop hers down 1. And what was yours, Eric? 7?
Yep.
Awesome.
A beautiful
Charles,
7.
did you go and put in your initiative bonus, or do you not have one?
I don't think it matters about dice roll anyway.
I mean, it might. They're in the event of an ambush.
Good.
Who knows? Maybe they could
no.
roll a. You don't got any plus to your initiative. All right.
Okay.
Really not.
So, Scab, you are up. You see her clearly starting something. What do you want to do?
Scab is going to scream magic and is going to then charge her.
Whoa, you have your horse here. And there's someone
gonna
in
jump
front
off
of you.
my horse.
Okay, so that's going to take half your turn, half your movement to get off the horse.
Okay.
And you're going to charge. You can't charge her because someone's in front of you at this moment, but you can move to her with the remaining movement you have. Each of these squares that you guys see on the, if you see the squares, let me make that just a little bit
And
more visible for
yeah.
you.
Just so everyone's aware, Scab is not pulling out his sword at all. He's instead just he gets off his horse and then just starts making his way towards this woman with the attempt to basically put her hands down.
Okay, so are you trying to actually physically touch her?
Yes.
Okay, so I need you to roll an attacker roll.
Okay.
Of course, this is just
What-
physical, so no weapons or anything.
So I believe I would just add my strength to this.
Yeah. Or, yeah,
Okay,
I
so-
mean, whatever's higher in dexterity or strength, I'd say you could go with.
Yeah, my strength is higher, so I'm going to try doing a strength roll, so I should get a +3 to this.
Go ahead.
What was that? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to
+3?
click again. So we'll go with the first one. I got an 18.
So you, like, lick
No,
your
wait.
hands and you smack her hand down?
Oh, no, wait. The second one looks to be my initiative, so I got a dirty 20.
That's great. So you move up and you, like, push her hands down, and she has this rage look in her eye. So do you have any other actions that you can take this turn? You've already done your move. You've done your physical attack.
The only other thing I could do is well, I don't think I have any minor actions, or if that's a thing.
Yeah,
in
reactions
this.
or anything.
Yeah, I don't have any. I don't know if I do marks.
No, not in this game.
Okay, so then no, that would be all I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm just keeping my eyes on her, and I guess for my minor action was me screaming magic.
Right. So when you, like, push her hands down, you just see this rage come in her eyes. It's now her turn, just so you guys know. This rage appears in her eyes, and as a bonus action, she casts Sanctuary, and you see this ward raise up around her, like the actual atmosphere itself starts shimmering all around her body. let's see. And then she calls down for her regular movement. She casts a spell called Sacred Flame down on you. Oh, jeez, I gotta look at what you guys on Scab. So you're right in front of her. Why isn't this
I am
hovering? Oh, this is aggravating. It's not actually doing it. So she calls down this flame down on you. It is a dex save. So I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay.
Second.
I don't think I have anything for specifically saving throws, so I'll just throw my dex modifier on. Okay, another dirty 20.
Oh, that's great. So I think you save for half on this. Yeah. So the total here is going to be 10 damage, or no, 5 damage because it's half. So you see this flame call down from the sky. She calls out, Takhisis, Queen of Darkness, destroy this interloper! She brings her hands down. You just see, but following her hands, literally from the sky above, just this flame come down, and you get this flashback of that fireball all over again. And it just envelops you entirely. You step aside and you sort of back out of the way momentarily, so you're only taking partial of this massive divine damage that just shuddered down from the sky. Take 5 damage. And then for her turn, she just stands there. Take them! Take the knights! Kill them all! They do not deserve to live! And you actually see some of these commoners rally up. You see this commoner come down here to you, Charles. This one does as well. This commoner moves over. Oh, wait, where are you? To Scab. So these two are on Scab. These two are on, oh my gosh, are on Charles. And this commoner is going to move over, like up, standing up on the edge of this little statue fountain base and try to leap and tackle Eric, as this one's going to come over and try to grab from behind and pull Eric down. So let me deal with this really quick and see what happens here. I can see your armor classes here. So Eric, your armor class is 16. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So let me look here. You see the other commoners, they're just sort of like, whoa, you know, like clearly intimidated by what's happening around them. They've never seen magic like this before. They don't know anything. They don't want to attack knights. That's insane. They're commoners. But for whatever reason, those ones, they're just riled up and they're ready to go. Let's see. So Eric, the one that comes up at you, it actually grabs onto you with a 19. You are going to be taking 2 points of damage as he sort of like grabs you and starts pummeling you, literally like with a club that he just, like a sap that he just had. This one coming up from behind you is going to actually try to grab you and pull you down. Oh my gosh. And with a 22, it grabs you. I need you to counter with your dexterity or your strength, whichever is higher for you. So just give me a strength or a dexterity roll, whichever's higher. And this is to stay in your seat, in your horse.
That is a 12.
Okay, you did not beat her roll, so you're going to be pulled literally down, and you're going to be prone at the beginning of your next turn, or your first turn. She just pulls you right off of your horse. We're going to go with Scab next. So this one is going to attack you. Scab, your armor class is also 16. Let's see here. Runs up with a little frying pan, tries to ping you. You sidestep and sort of push away with your arm as she, like, you know, tries to smack you with that. This guy right here comes up at you. He tries to just knock you right in the face. He actually connects with you, and you take 2 damage from him connecting right in your face there with his fist.
Okay.
Let's deal with Charles. You're all the same armor class. Okay, so this guy comes up, grabs a piece of wood off the ground on the way. Wow, 20 clocks you for 2. This woman comes up behind you as well, and she misses you. So as the first one hits you, you sort of sidestep. You see the woman coming clearly, and so you just move out of her way as she, just sort of does a haymaker trying to get at you. Now, these are peasants, but they did attack you. So it's totally up to you how you act in this. Of course, it's always up to you how you guys act. And now we're moving on to the next person, and it's Eric. It is your turn. What do you do? You were just,
I'm gonna
now you're
shout at-
prone, so you're going to have to stand up if you're going to do that.
I'm gonna stand up and shout at them. You're gonna listen to a witch who follows the god of evil. What the hell is wrong with all of you? As the one who pulled me off
Mhm.
of the horse,
The woman behind you.
I'm going to sweep her to the floor. I'm going to roll a strength.
So, yeah, give me an attack roll.
Oh,
Oh, man. So as you try to make contact with her, she just dodges right. She's wily, this one. She just dodges right under your arms as you're trying to, like, you know, grab and like throw her to the ground, or, you know, with your leg. She just lifts her leg up or something. She's like,
what's her face out of Kung Fu Hustle with the fram pan and the cigarette?
she is Kung Fu Hustle.
You know
for
what I'm
sure.
talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, but she just avoids you like entirely, and she looks a little bit surprised that she did as well, to be quite honest. So your movement was to stand up. Your attack. Do you have any other actions you want to take, or you can take? Do you have any bonus anything? I don't think you do, but
I'm pretty sure I don't have any bonuses that I can do.
Okay.
That is it.
All right, Charles, you are up.
Okay, what I want to do is the person with the plank, I want to grab them by the shoulders and shake them.
Okay.
And say, you can beat this. You don't have to fall to darkness. Snap out of it.
Okay. Give me a persuasion, I guess that would be right. Are you trying to subdue her, or are you trying to change her attitude?
No, she missed. It's the one that picked up the weapon.
Right. So the dude.
So do you want to
It's the
disarm
one that picked
her?
up the weapon.
So you can't
so
move right
rather
into
than-
his space, but you just be next to
No,
him.
I'm sorry. I was just trying to highlight
Yeah.
because it's right next to the.
You
She's the
highlight
one
by
that.
holding it.
She's the one that missed.
Yeah.
He's the one that picked up the plank of wood. Is that correct?
Yeah.
So him, I don't want to. It'd be too easy to pull out a sword and start ending people, which we don't want to do. And if I clock them and they start going down, that's going to rile up the crowd even more. So what I want to try and do is more of a passive, by the shoulders, and persuade them that they've been possessed. And it's more for the rest of the crowd as well as him, whether I can check him out of it or not.
Yeah.
I might use my
These ones are
Inspire, I
moving
think,
away.
as well. Then I got those extra 5 points. Right.
Yeah, you got inspiration.
Yep. Where's my persuasion?
Let's see. It should be
Was the
right. Persuasion is charisma, and you have a 4, a native 4 on it.
4?
So just add 4 to whatever you roll.
Right. Is this D20?
Yeah, all of this is going to be D20.
So 16. That's a
Plus 4.
20, and charisma. So that's 20.
Yeah. So
So
you went to grab him and talk to him, or you just went to talk to him, or what?
grab by his shoulders,
You grabbed him.
shake him. Yep. I don't want to hurt
100%.
him.
You see his
Yeah,
eyes
I'm
just
kinda-
sort of go wide, like, oh shit, this got real. You know, because ultimately, mob mentality is completely different when you're suddenly confronted one-on-one. It's no longer mob mentality, and you see that in his eyes. He's just like, oh, whoa, okay, you're looking at me. This is different. So do you say anything
You can beat
specific?
this. Don't let the darkness take you. Don't let the witch overpower your mind. You're better than this.
Yeah, you definitely see he's stunned. He's just like, oh, okay.
Is he dropping his weapon? Very nice.
On his turn, I'll tell you what happens on his turn. But you know, for your
Drops
turn,
weapon,
you're just like,
exactly.
you know, listen to reason, man, without actually smacking him. And then is that all you can do? You can move or anything else?
No, I don't want to go further forward because we've got a number of people back here. That's because I don't want us getting surrounded.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'll stay where I am.
Scab, you're up.
So Scab, being
Me?
blasted with that fire, immediately starts having flashbacks and screams, "Everybody run! She wields the flame! It will consume us all!" And then Scab is going to basically do a football charge to tackle her to the ground.
No. All right. Give me a attack roll.
Same strength thing.
We're all gonna die.
Basically, yeah. So he's just screaming.
Do we,
"Run."
do we open this arm right in the middle and find a candle inside? Is it the way this is going?
I rolled a 19 to
Oh!
tackle her and
Yes.
basically strain her.
You like?
Give me 1 second here.
Hoping my main goal is to kind of like make sure her arms can no longer move.
Right.
Don't want her blasting with another magic thing.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
And there's a bit of hysteria in Scab's voice when he's screaming about the fire.
Oh, I bet. Let me look up this spell that she had already cast as a bonus action here. Any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack or harmful spell must first make a wisdom saving throw. All right, so give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. That would be a -1 for me.
Okay.
16.
17 minus 1. Okay. So yeah, you stay focused on what you're going to do. So yeah, otherwise you would have had to choose, some other action. You would have lost this one. So yeah, you like reach up, you grab her, and you sort of knock her on the ground, and she
Yeah,
is
it's like I
down.
full on football tackle her, so we're both heading to the ground.
Yeah. Okay. Are you just gonna try to hold on to her?
Scab is basically trying to get on top of her because in his mind he is now terrified of the magic user, so he's going to basically try and punch them his next turn.
Okay. I like that.
So he's just trying to hold them down so they can't cast their magic again.
Right.
And do you want me to do anything about like trying to convince the people around me, or is that going to be a standard action?
I don't think speaking is a standard action or anything, but you
speaking
were
is a
already
free action.
you're already like actively like attacked her ostensibly. From everyone else's perspective, you have like made yourself prone and you have like tackled on top of her. So anything you say at this point is not really going to be listened to. So you're not going to be able to roll to persuade them in any way or another.
Well, I was more asking because before I tackled her, I screamed about everybody running away from the fire.
Oh no! I mean that would be more of an action to try to actively persuade them about that. So at this point, they're just going to have to react.
Yeah, I'm just going to basically tackle her to the ground.
Okay. Well, you do successfully, and you drop her down. What do you have a strength bonus? Because that's going to be damage.
I have a strength +3.
Okay, so she's going to take 3 damage just from dropping on the ground. She doesn't look terribly hurt or anything, but she looks surprised as hell. She's like, "What? What just happened?" And I believe it's her turn and the commoner's turn. So she's going to go first, screaming, "See this? He's trying to quiet us. He's trying to shut us down. Kill them! Kill them!" So we're going to have a contested strength check. She's going to roll hers. You're going to roll yours and see which one. She's trying to break free of you, basically.
Okay.
And get out from underneath you. Oh, she rolled a natural 20.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't beat that.
Oh.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, you had you got too much luck there.
That was crazy. So yeah, she busts out for her action. She stands up and she's pointing down as you're still on the ground. "Kill him!" And you see these two that are right next to you, now that you're prone, just straight up go to attack you.
Okay,
So
go right ahead.
let's see. This first one moves to attack you and completely misses, even though you're motionless on the ground.
He tries to hit where my standing form was.
Yeah, she's like, wait. And then this one is a natural friggin'. Oh, no, it's a dirty 20. So it hits you with a 20. You take
That's another 2.
2 damage, yes.
Okay.
That's so fun. She's just like, "Bop! Like, stay down! We don't want to have to kill you, but we will!" She's like, "No, you do have to kill him! Tear their hearts out! They are evil, just like the king priest! Do not listen to their lies! This one that you had grabbed, Charles, he just drops the club and like turns and faces and sees Scab had tackled the woman, and then she sort of broke away and got up. And he's like, I think I need to, I think I have duties at home to take care of. Maybe we could all just go back tending our fields, right? Like sort of speaking to no one. He's sort of like looking at you, hands up, like it's okay, right? Like making sure that you're not gonna like attack him or anything, Charles. And you see this woman. As soon as he says that, she sort of like stops for a second. I'm not sure. I think perhaps I left something in the oven. I should probably go tend to. And you see these two just literally start walking away. Like they want nothing. You see this Rise right next to you. Rise is sort of like, that was amazing. I think you guys are doing a great job at protecting us, and I don't think that she just came into town. You know, talking is free actions. It doesn't take any time. She just came into town and started riling up the crowd. I don't think we're bad people. Please don't kill us. I mean, this is a young kid talking to you right next to you.
This is what evil does. That's why we do our best to fight it. Maybe now you understand our role in this world.
As Eric,
I'm sorry, I can't help but laugh because it's like you're having this nice conversation. Scab's over here getting beat up by two peasants, and
literally flame from the heavens scorched him, and everyone else is just like,
Scab's actively
let's
on
hug.
fire, just like in a mass hysteria.
Yeah, well, that's. Do you want the entire crowd after you? Do you know what I mean? Do we want the entire
one at a
mob,
time.
or
We'll
can
get to you, Scab. All right, we gotta have you live up to your name.
We're gonna two. You know what I mean? I'm working on number 3. I'm doing my bit. Nicely.
So this woman that Eric,
Water flows over rock.
Eric, the woman that you tried to sweep to the ground, sort of step back. She moves forward and just picks up a rock from the ground and tries to hit you with the rock. Let's see. And she makes contact, but it wasn't enough strength behind it or anything, so it sort of bounces off your armor. It doesn't affect you at all. This one tries to hit you again with its club and completely misses. So, you know, this sort of happenstance of you trying to sweep her leg, her sort of backing up, grabbing the rock, trying to hit you, you moving aside and having it glance off your armor actually saved you from this other person trying to club you where you were just a moment ago. And I think that's everyone that was still aggressive. This woman in the middle of everything is just sort of like running off to the side. Like, I didn't really want to be involved in the middle of this. You know, sort of getting out of the way of the actual combat that seems to be occurring, at least up here behind her. So that is the end of their turn. We're going to Eric. What are you going to do?
Let's use my... Would it be okay to use my light crossbow to get that woman off of... What's your character's name again? Scab.
You mean this woman?
Yeah.
She's not on top of me.
Yeah.
She's just stood up. Scab's just on the floor in between them.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, figure of speech.
No, I got that.
If you want to try to use a crossbow while you have two people actively on you, it's going to be a little bit challenging. It's just going to be a regular attack roll, but, you know, I mean, you're trying to aim a missile weapon while people are actively trying to smack you. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult than it would be otherwise. Because you're not paying attention to the people on you. You know, you're paying attention to other people.
That's true. I will still take my chance.
Okay. So you're trying to attack this woman? Right here?
Yes.
Okay. Just want to make sure I understand. Go ahead.
Some random villager just after going to all that effort to calm things down.
This is where Scab stands up right into the bolt. Don't!
If he rolls in that one, maybe.
16 to hit.
Okay, so the 16 is not enough. You aim it at her, and normally that would actually be sufficient, but you're actively in melee with 2 different people, and so you just can't, between your moving and ducking and dodging, you can't get the shot off and have it aim true. So it sort of whistles past her a little bit, but now her attention is focused on you. So you definitely got her attention.
Good.
Did you want to move at all, or are you good where you are? I mean, you're flanked at this moment, so if you move, you are going to provoke 2 opportunity attacks.
I'm going to shout at the people near me. Do not see what she's doing to you. She's trying to tear you apart. Take you away from your families. Take you away from your loved ones and your friends. Don't listen to the heretic.
Okay.
Praise the Emperor.
Charles, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna walk towards these people, and basically, unless you want to be involved in this, I suggest you leave now.
Yeah, at this point, they look like they're just observing what the hell just happened. They don't look angry or upset or anything. They're just sort of shocked at what's going on. They're looking at you like, no, we don't want anything to do with this. No, just maybe you could just leave.
Maybe remove yourselves from danger.
I think that's a good idea. They clearly don't want anything to do with any of you. It's like watching a car accident. You just sort of like rubbernecking, looking at what's happening. That's what they're doing at this point. But as you come up and speak to them directly, they're now like, oh shit, he's looking at me. Okay, maybe I should get out of here. And we'll see what happens on their turn. But they look like they believe, they should not be loitering, watching what's going on. Did you want to do anything else? Or you moved? You have another move, or you can do something from where you are as attack-wise?
Well, I'll walk towards... What I don't want to do is getting surrounded, so I'm trying to clear the field as I make my way towards the actual combat.
Right.
Because what we don't want is a mob of 10 people. If we're down to 2 or 3, then we can deal with that.
Yeah.
I think we have 4 people on us.
Four commoners right now.
Right.
2 on me, 2 on Eric.
4 commoners and 1 witch.
So I'm making my way. Have I still got enough to close some of this guy?
Yeah, you're right there.
Okay. So as I'm saying that, I close in with this guy. What's he doing?
She just took a swing trying to hit Scab. I think she actually connected with him. So she's
bonked
like
me on the head.
Yeah, she's like beating him with a stick, like as he's on the ground.
Can I just shoulder charge her?
Yeah, are you trying to
into the back? Her back's to me, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then if she's concentrating Scab.
Give me an attack roll.
Does it get any bonuses because she's distracted?
I'll put them on the back end here because you are flanking her.
What am I doing? I'm doing strength. Is that right?
So yeah, strength. Oh yeah.
Oh, 15.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So you move up
yeah,
and
just
like, bop! You hit her and she sort of like stumbles forward. I mean, she's gonna stay in her square, but you stumble forward. Do you have a strength bonus? Because that's gonna be the damage that she takes from you charging at her.
3.
Okay. Woof. Yeah, she is not doing well. So you actually see her scream out, like, "Ah! What are you attacking me for? How dare you!" Like, she's literally acting all indignant after having beaten the guy on the ground. After you charged her, like, "How dare you, sir? What did I ever do to you?" Just shocked and stunned, and you actually like rattled her chain. And like you can see, she does not have the look of someone who wants to attack. She has the look of someone who wants to get out of dodge in her face now. And then that's the end of your turn. So we go to Scab again.
Scab still being on the ground and not really hearing anything around him because all he sees is the magic user sprouting fire everywhere,
Yeah.
is just going to grab her leg and pull her so that she falls to the ground.
Okay, so first let's do a wisdom check to see if you can continue on with that chain of thought.
Let's see. 6.
Okay, so yeah, you're thinking about doing that, but you sort of lose your, because of the spell, you lose your desire
does
to do
that
anything.
spell require concentration at all?
Let me look.
Because I don't know if this would.
No, it's a duration of 1 minute, no concentration. It's
Okay.
sanctuary.
Oh. Well, then Scab is just going to get up. He's going to use his action to get up.
Okay.
And his minor action to basically take his shield and two-hand it as if he's preparing to charge into them again.
Okay. You guys, I don't think you guys have shields. I think,
It said I had a shield.
Okay,
At least
well,
a
you're
light
good then.
shield.
okay. So you grab the
Well, I'm-
shield and you're like bring it up in front of you. You're just sort of like preparing for your next action.
Yeah.
Okay, so your move was to stand up. You lost your primary action because of that, and now you're just readying for what you're going to do next. So it is now their turn. You see her. Let's see. What does she
Let me
have
see.
here?
Let me see. Okay, it actually looks like I don't have a no, it says armor. I have I have proficiency in shields. That's where I got mistaken. So no, I don't have a shield.
Yeah.
So I'm just like entering a fighter stance then.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's see. That's concentration. It's her turn, so I'm trying to. I apologize. I'm trying to figure out what she's going to do. All right, this is just a one action thing. So she stands, like leans back. She doesn't move or anything, but she leans back and she starts speaking some arcane tongue, and she like puts her hand out in front of her, and you just see this bolt of light shoot out from her hand right at you.
Would
And
that not
it's an attack
invoke a
roll.
attack of opportunity on me because she didn't step away?
No, I mean regular spell casting right next to you. If it's just an act, like a single action, it does not provoke anything in this at all. So let's.
Then would she at least get a -2 because I'm right next to her?
Why would she get a -2?
Because you said that when Eric was shooting, he got a minus because
That's because he has
was
two
engaged.
people actively attacking him. Like,
And I'm not actively attacking her?
no, actually, you're not. You just stood up.
Oh, all right.
I mean, literally, right? You
You
tried to
were
attack
over
her
her
and you
legs, then
succumbed
you
to the
took
spell
a
that you
stand up and
decided
stand.
not to attack her. So that was the
Alright,
effect of the spell.
understood.
But even if you were actively attacking her, like as far as rules are going, like you can cast spells next to people in this edition, as far as I understand it. And someone correct me if I'm wrong. And unless it's like something that you're trying to concentrate, which someone then attacks you, then the concentration could break. Or if it takes more than one standard action, then it could be an issue. But they, if you're like doing a magic missile or something like that, you can just do it right next to someone and it is not an issue. That's as far as I understood 5th edition rules for this. So, I mean, if anyone
Understood.
knows differently, please let me know and I'll correct it for sure. So anyway, she has to make a ranged attack on you. I mean, you're right next to each other, so I think that's going to be a difficulty because it's not like a full range here. It's just let's see what happens. So D20. This round thing is right in front of you. So 15. She does not hit you. You see this bolt fly right by you as you stand up. You're just like, whoa.
No. He just screams.
Ah! You just duck out of the way and it just flies right by your face. This woman that Charles sort of like shoved, she starts backing away slowly defensively so she doesn't provoke anything. But she's like, I think I maybe made the wrong decision. And this woman here is like, no, kill him, finish him, you must finish him. She's like, I think I need to leave. And these other commoners are starting to back away as well. They're like, we don't really want to be involved in anything like this. And you see Rise, well, I don't know, you don't see it because you're not really paying attention to him, but he moves all the way over
Not
to
at all.
her and he's like, why don't you just leave him alone? He hasn't done anything to you directly. Just leave him alone, talking to this woman that is right in front of him. Excuse me. This guy that's sort of trying to hit you and missing consistently is going to give it another go. He's just convinced, like, no, this is my mistress and you're trying to get her. He does hit you. That's 2 damage. Just smacks the side of you and just like battered a little bit more. No one else is stopping. This individual is going to attack Eric. So let's see. Totally misses. The one behind that Rise was talking to, the woman that's behind, is completely ignoring him and actually is probably a little distracted because Rise is talking to her and tries to hit Eric and misses. And everyone else seems to be moving away and just sort of like calming down, and they're changing their tune. And this woman seems to be a little bit frustrated, a little bit angry about it. Now she's got these 3 people almost looming up closer to her. So we are going with the next person here. Eric, what are you going to do?
So was it this one right here that
They're
whacked
both
me
trying
with?
that
which
one did actually hit you, yes. The one that's behind you pulled you down, but has missed you since.
Okay. This one right here that has hit me with a stick. I'm going to give him a quick jab to the forehead.
Okay. Give me an attack roll. A quick jab, just a pop.
Exactly.
You hit.
16.
You
Karate
connect.
jab?
Bah!
You smack him in the face. Okay, so then
Quick reboot him.
what's your strength
It
bonus?
is a 3.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, you immediately stun her. It's actually a girl. You stun her, and she's just like blinking, seeing stars. You see blood coming down from her where you struck her in the forehead. Completely shocked. And yeah, she also does not seem to be wanting to be part of this anymore. She's like, oh shit, this is real. Okay.
Naughty word.
Like blood coming down. Yeah, sorry. Blood coming down her face. Okay, are you going to try to move it all, or is that it?
I'm going to turn around to look this person right here square in the eyes, just to make them uncomfortable.
You're next.
Oh no, it's the dentist.
Okay, Charles, you're up.
Right. So I'm obviously moving towards our dear friend. Is this person involved?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, he's been hitting on Scab with a club.
I'd advise you to leave. Do not force me to draw my weapon.
Are you using intimidation? Can I get a roll?
Look at that. Oh my god.
Not good at all. So you had to like step around her, and you're like trying to be careful as shit around. Your voice cracks a little for some crazy reason.
I've used up all my presence to be a great. No.
I advise you not to do this. Shame, shame. I know your name.
Yeah. Don't hurt us. Oh my.
Yeah, he's ignoring you. He doesn't care. He's in a like a whack-a-mole sort of mode. He's just gonna keep going. All right, good times. All right, Scab.
All right, Scab is going to punch her.
Okay, let's do the wisdom check real quick. That sanctuary is a crazy spell, man.
11.
That is not enough.
Okay, Scab is going to try and tackle her.
Okay, so let's see here.
Is that also going to be another wisdom check?
No, actually, you lose your on a failed save. The creature must choose a new target or lose the attack. So you lost the attack. So that was your attack attempt, and
All
now
right,
you
then
actually
Scab?
lose your attack action.
Oh, I lose my attack action?
Yeah,
Thought
because
said
you
that
did
I just-
try to attack, but you lost your
Ah.
will to go through with it
Oh,
because
okay.
of the sanctuary.
1 second. I saw that I had a skill
No problem. Take it.
that I want to see if I could use instead. What is this?
Oh, action surge.
Oh, is that action surge?
On your
Oh,
turn, you can
sorry.
take an additional action at the top of your regular action. All right, that's you. You can take another action. If you wanna
I
use
could do that.
You can use a bonus
I'll
action
use second.
to regain
I'll use
hit
second
points.
wind.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll use second wind. So do I just?
What does it say? It's a bonus, right?
Let's see.
Yeah, you can use a bonus action. So yeah,
Yeah.
you can go ahead and do that.
Okay. So
1d10
seeing
plus
as
your level.
yeah, so I'm just gonna roll a d10
And add 2.
and then, yep. So 6
That's
plus
great.
2 is 8.
That's
So
great.
Scab goes from 11 to 19.
That's great. All right.
Yeah, he's just he's speaking the oath and the measure under his breath.
Nice. I like it. Okay, next up is them. Okay, here we go. She's that spell slot. She's going to try to, let's see. I mean, she already, yeah. Give me a dex save. She's going to try to do the Sacred Flame again.
Okay.
Calling down from Takhisis, burn him alive! And you see this flame coming right down again, like you had before.
Oh, dang, there's the 2
Oh,
again.
no! No! Okay, let me see what the damage
All right,
is.
so let's see how much
So
damage.
that's 2d8, so that's 11 damage. And this
Okay.
is radiant. I don't know if that matters at all. In this.
Would it be radiant or just fire?
Let's see. It says radiant.
Ah.
It's called, the spell is called Sacred Flame.
Okay, so fake fire. Got it.
Technically, yeah, it's radiant.
Still scares the crap out of Scab.
Light comes down, just blasts open the air. She's like, kill him now! All of you, I'll reward you! Come back here! And you see these other people like, I think we're good. We don't really want to, we see where this is going. We don't really want to be a part of this anymore. So this one is still in it. Like, he feels like he's on a whack-a-mole roll. He's going to try his best and let's see what happens. Oh, geez, 22 hits. You take 2 more damage.
Okay.
This woman that Charles, you had sort of bumped into, she's like backing away from you and just getting out of the way. Let's see, who else? This one you smacked in the face, Eric. It's completely like leaving. Now, this will provoke an opportunity attack, Scab, if you want to take it, and Eric, if you want to take it. But
Scab
she
isn't paying attention at all.
Okay. So she's like moving away, like wants to go home. You rocked her world with that punch in the face. This one, you tried to sweep her legs. She moved aside. She thinks she's got your number. She's coming in at you with this the rock that she had picked up earlier. And she misses totally with it. She comes swinging at you and it just flies right by you. All right, so that is them. Eric, you are up.
How tall is she?
Who, the woman right next to you?
The woman that I'm just staring dead in the eyes.
I mean, she's like 5 feet 4 inches ish, medium. I don't know what you're looking for.
I'm just going to casually stroll up to her, not saying a
Oh, you're
word.
next to her. I mean, you're right there.
No, I'm going to get face to face, just staring dead in her eyes, and headbutt her.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
Ah! This woman!
You got hair in your mouth.
All right, you
She sneezed.
Are you wearing your helmet?
you failed to headbutt her. Are you gonna move or anything, or is that your turn? You're good.
I am still going to stare straight in her eyes.
Okay.
Like nothing ever happened.
Yeah.
It's more like no one's always trying to start a fight and then they'll get head in.
Yeah, they're like
Come on, then.
faking. Like, what do you want?
Yeah.
What? All right, Charles, you're up.
Right. I don't like this fire thingy, so
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on Scab. Will that work on Scab himself due to proximity, or can I only do it in Scab? He's taking quite a bit of damage.
Let's look at the. I think it's an individual, but let's look at that spell here.
I think it's an individual. A creature of your choice within range, very small parchment with a bit of holy text written on it. Concentration up to 10 minutes.
Okay, so you wouldn't be able to
Shimmering-
cast another spell as this is going, but you would give +2 to armor class for doing it. It's a bonus action, so it doesn't even take your action. So yeah, you can go
Right.
and cast that.
So I'm going to cast that on
Scab.
Scab.
You get a +2 to your armor class for the duration of this, as long as he's concentrating on it. It's good to go. And then
Many thanks.
you have a regular action if you want to take it.
Okay. Do I need to roll or don't need to roll for that then?
No, you just cast it.
Right. Okay. So while I'm doing that, I'm gonna pop this one in the face
With your fist?
because I tried to be nice.
Won't listen to reason. You gotta deal with it.
No. 15.
Whoa! Yeah. And that's a 3 bonus on your
Yep.
strength? Yeah,
Come on,
you
Mr. Nice
you
Guy.
rocked his world. He's
Thanks.
just sort of stammering a little bit, like getting wobbly on his legs, like, oh, blood is like spurting down his nose. I think you broke my nose! Asshole! Ah!
I'll break more if you don't leave.
Another one.
Yeah. I need to put $1 in the cookie jar. Yeah, you messed his face up, man. He's pretty his tune has changed. He rang his bell. All right. Are you gonna move or anything, or are you good where you are?
No, I want to flank or whenever he skedaddles, I want to get over here and flank.
Well, he's
this
not gonna
lovely
move
person.
until his turn, and so
Yeah.
you have a move on your turn if you want to use it right now.
Can I go up to here? Diagonally?
I don't know where here is. You would have to go the long way around, but you do have the movement to. Oh yeah, you can move through your friends. I don't care. Yeah, that's fine. You can move there if you want.
Yeah, just
I'm
position
not
himself.
obstructing.
Yeah,
Or-
it doesn't matter.
Don't mind me. Just casually walking through.
He's like squeezing between the two of you. Hey guys, I'll get there.
Excuse me, coming through, go through.
That's fine. Okay. All right, so that's your turn. Now we're Scab. You're up, man.
Scab's gonna try and punch her.
Get it.
Okay,
Get some.
rolling the wisdom save.
Yeah. Yeah.
Only a 5. I'm going
Ah!
to use my bonus action to,
Okay.
or that second action to try and again.
Okay.
14.
All right, so that is to hit. That hits.
No, not to hit. 14 is to break through the what is it?
I think
Sanctuary.
that's. Yeah, I just think that's just
You said it
the
lasted
first, right?
lasted a minute.
So you
yeah,
ward the
so I-
creature until the spell ends. Any creature who targets the warded creature with an attack must make a wisdom. Okay, so yeah, you would have to still do
So the first one I failed, so then I was going to use my bonus
that.
action.
14 is not
save.
enough to break her DC.
Well,
Oh, well, no. I was looking at the wrong one. Yes, that is good.
oh, so that
That's
is
good.
enough?
Yes, you're good.
Okay, Scab's going to punch her.
Do it, man.
Get her!
Another 14.
14 does hit. Are you trying to do damage? Or you're just doing your basic strength bonus?
Yes. I'm trying to do damage. I'm full on socking her in the face.
Give me like a D4.
A D4?
Yeah, in addition to your 3 for your strength. Wait, you have a 3 strength bonus or 2? Or...
Yeah, I have a 3 in strength.
Okay, with the D4.
So then so roll a D4 plus 3.
Yep.
Okay. 5.
Okay. You smack her in the face. She seems a little bit more used to combat than these commoners, and so it doesn't really rock her like the other ones were rocked. But now you see that you broke through her spell with that. Now she's starting to get a little bit concerned, especially now that she has Charles right next to her as well. So it looks like the tide is turning here.
And and Scab, looking right at her, is just gonna scream, "No more fire!"
Yeah, I don't think she has any more spell slots for this, so I think you're good. That's enough, honestly. This is ridiculous.
No more, no more.
No, it's not like annoyed. It's full on terrified. He's just screaming about the fire.
Oh no. Okay, so you
'Cause
see this guy completely backing up. He's like, I'm out. Like, I'm good. My nose is broken. I want nothing of this. This woman is like sort of taking stock of the environment, and Rise is actively trying to sort of like talk her down. And she's like, you know what? I think maybe we just got riled up. And Eric, if you want to take an opportunity attack, she's just sort of backing away from you.
No, she didn't land it on me.
She's sort of like, I think we might have, I don't know. We just kind of got caught up in it. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take you off your horse like that. Have a nice day. And she just turns and like runs. Rise on his turn. He's moving up. He's like, I think maybe you should go, ma'am. You don't really belong here. We don't know you at all. And if you really do follow darkness, you're not welcome in our town. And she just looks over him. I'm not welcome. I'm welcome wherever I want to be, and you'll die for your insubordination. So you're just infuriated. Let's see what she's gonna do here. That's a cantrip. She can use that all day. She's gonna do that Sacred Flame on Rise. So it's a ranged attack.
1 second.
Okay.
I want to look at something that I have. I thought I
Go ahead.
saw something. Let me see if it affects ranged attacks.
No problem.
A creature you can see attacks a target other than you that is within 5 meters. You can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll. You must be wielding.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
So I must be wielding a shield. I don't have a shield. So,
Right.
I mean, if you would allow, I would. If you would let me just like jump in front of it.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Maybe -1.
Disadvantage means they roll 2 d20s and take the
Hang on.
lower result.
Technically, you have a shield. You do have
No,
a shield.
No, I do not.
It's magical.
I looked at my
I give you a
equipment.
shield.
Well,
Well,
that's not
you've got a
really a
magical
shield. That's a self-protection.
Actually,
But
my
we're gonna
hand
allow
just
that
not-
anyway. So you like literally use your body as the shield, and you move using the magic that Charles had already instilled in you, and your desire to rescue this boy. As she calls down this flame, ostensibly you're just pushing him literally out of the way, and she fails to even get the spell off and attack him with it. Frustrated,
No.
she's like
more
looking around.
fire!
You're all gonna die! The Dark Queen will take your souls! Do you understand this? You're all gonna die! And that's her turn. Eric, you're up.
For trying to hurt a little boy, for trying to hurt our citizens, you will pay the price. And I'm going to try running her through with my lance.
Okay. So you're gonna have to move up to her with your large weapon. Go ahead and give me an attack roll after you've moved.
18.
Hits. Give me some damage.
I believe it's like a D12 plus your strength.
Yep.
Is that enough?
No, it's not. I mean, you hit her. You hit her with the lance for sure. But it's not like it ran her through or anything. You know, it came through and like caught her arm, and she moved her arm out of the way, and it went the rest of the way. You know, sort of ripping a little bit of the flesh off of her arm, and she's clearly hurt, but she's still strong. Like, she does not look like she's ready to give up. And now you just see this rage enter her face. Like, how dare you? How dare you even step up toward me? I have the Queen of Darkness at my back. You will all die, horribly screaming, begging for your lives. All right,
Then your queen will die with you.
Charles, you're up.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have a wee punch at the face.
Follow
I
in
think
Scab's
essentially-
footsteps.
Roll to attack.
Oh god. Sorry, I meant I pull my handkerchief from out of my glove and I slap. I shall show you about him.
Yeah. She's totally ignoring you. Like, she's had a dude charge her with a lance, and then you like swing and you miss. Yeah, not worried about you much. Are you gonna move or anything, or is that your turn?
No, I'll just stay there, center.
All right. Just want to give a shout out, Chris. Thank you so much for donating to Canines for Warriors, which is the fundraiser for this particular gaming episode. Really appreciate it, man. All right, so Scab, you're up.
Scab's going to charge her to the ground again.
Okay, so let's do that wisdom check.
Did you say that broke her thing broke?
Well, you went through the. It's not a concentration thing. It just lasts.
Okay. So, all right. So I'm going to roll the wisdom, see if I can do anything about that.
You got it. Ah! Yeah, you choose a different.
are
You lose your action, is what happens.
Ah.
So you can move if you want to move, or if you have any bonus actions,
I'm
you can
going-
take those. Or...
Can I do a shift?
Yeah.
All right, then I'm going to shift here to grant Battle's combat advantage if it's.
Okay.
a
I
thing
don't
in this
think in
game.
5th edition you have that. That's a 4th edition thing.
Well, I'll
But
flank her,
if
at
you are
the very least.
flanking, and so you're going to have different armor class adjustments because of that. Okay, so then you shift over. That's your turn.
Yes.
Okay, she is really like questioning her choices at this point. Let's see. This is really her Hail Mary. It's only an action, so she can do it, but it's a concentration, so she drops her other spiritual ward, or whatever it was called, and she casts this. And what you guys see as she's like calling out to the infernal powers of hell or the abyss, you see this swirl of literal demons coming up from the ground itself, swirling around her, creating this cacophony of space, which reaches out 15 feet from her person. And everyone caught within it is actively trying to dodge being attacked by these creatures. And just so you know, as far as being within this space, at the beginning of your turn, if you stay here, you will be taking damage from, let's see. Oh no, it's the first time on a turn at the start of its turn there. So on the start of your turn next, you're going to make a wisdom saving throw. If you fail it, you're going to take damage just from being in the swirling chaos of infernal creatures all around you. And that's
like,
going to
put
be
down a
every
brush to
single
mark that
one
area?
of you. Yeah, give me a, let's see, where can we draw? Draw a shape. Draw a
I would
circle.
like
Yeah,
to.
draw like a
So 5,
just
10,
go along the grid.
15 is right here.
I'd like to quickly make a note. Flanking does give advantage in 5th edition.
5, 10. Yeah, he was referencing a different 4th edition term, which
Yeah.
is what I was trying to.
That was the last one I played, so I'm just applying whatever knowledge I know.
No, I dig it. I definitely get it. And yeah, I was saying that it gives you an armor class adjustment to the person because you're flanking for sure. So thanks for the clarification there, Gabriel. Okay, so that circle, anything in that circle, if you start your turn, you will have to do a wisdom saving throw or take damage, just letting you know.
Oh no, Eric's horse.
So she stands there. Oh, your horse is going to die! And Rise too. Oh, poor Rise. He helped talk people down. All right, so that's her turn. She just stands here like grinning, like in turn looking each of you. You're all going to die! Like sort of losing her mind a little bit. You know, she's clearly in a disadvantage right now, and so she's like sort of doing her Hail Mary pass. All right, so we're at the next. Eric, you are up. What are you going to... Oh, Eric, you're within. Give me a wisdom check.
Wisdom check. Okay, what's my wisdom? Ba-da-ba-da-ba. Okay. Ah.
A 7? What is your wisdom?
7. My wisdom is +2.
No, your actual wisdom.
Oh, 14.
So 7 is not enough. Well, what is that? A wisdom saving throw is you have to get in the wisdom, right? Under the wisdom, right?
Wisdom saving throw with 5th edition is either the exact number or higher.
Of the creature's wisdom, because they're spell DC, right? So
Yes.
that does not succeed.
With 5th edition, it's either the same as or greater.
Okay. So you take 14 damage, and it's necrotic damage. Doesn't really matter for your characters, but these creatures all amassing all around you, this cacophony of action. They're just ripping and tearing at you, and you just took 14 damage, which is huge for you. I'm gonna have your horse do a wisdom check as well. Can you check your horse real quick? Let me see.
Obviously, the most important character right now.
Clearly.
No!
Oh no! It only has 13 hit points. Let's see. It takes 14 damage. Your horse drops dead. Oh, poor horse.
Dang it. Where are we gonna put all of our loot now?
All of your loots. I don't know why I have these little dots here. I gotta get rid of these. Okay, Rise is gonna make a save really quick. He does that on his turn. Okay, so Eric, what are you gonna do? That was the beginning of your turn. Now it's your turn. You just got ripped apart by these infernal creatures swirling all around you.
You think you're gonna take me down here?
Yes.
I will bring you with me. And I'm going
Powerful.
to roll. You damn! Oh,
22 for Lance.
It's so weird you're using a lance. Okay. So you're
Well,
like
the lance
leaning
has,
way back,
more potential damage.
and you like move forward with it. What was that?
So it's either my longbow, light crossbow, or my lance.
You have a longsword.
It doesn't say I have a longsword.
Oh, really? You're supposed
Yeah,
to
it
have a
said-
longsword.
It says I only have a longbow, lance, and
That
light
was my
crossbow.
mistake. You should have a longsword.
Well, if you want the longsword stuff, a longsword one-handed is the same plus as your lance, and damage-wise is 1d8 plus your strength, or you can two-hand a longsword and do 1d10 plus your strength.
I'm gonna be doing more damage with the lance.
You potentially can do more with the lance.
So you have 2 hit points left. Is that correct?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. All right. So you may want to do a second wind when you get a chance here. But yeah, you stab at her. You hit her. Give me some damage.
That is a 9.
Since her
Does that-
other one
does that-
failed.
Does that end her?
9 damage does not end her. Let me make sure.
I will action surge.
Do you know multipliers for your weapon? Is that just a straight roll? Do you not multiply for your weapon and your strength?
What do you mean by multipliers?
Like your weapon, so do you not do a
It
plus
should just
one
be
thing?
your whatever you roll plus your strength, or if it's a ranged weapon plus your dexterity.
Yeah.
Like the bonus, not the actual number. So if you
Yeah.
had like a
So it won't just be 9, it'll be 9 plus for your
No,
lance.
he rolled a
No.
6, and it was a plus 3 for his
oh,
strength.
right.
Base roll was 6.
Because he rolled a d12.
All right, sorry, I was misreading that.
It's okay.
No, it's perfectly fine, man.
Misreading.
No worries. No worries.
All right, so she is hurt. You have like put
You
this
want
lance
action
right
surge?
through her side. Now, what's your action surge?
Action surge. You could push yourself beyond your normal limits for a moment. On your turn, you could take 1 additional action on top of your regular action.
Do it. What are you gonna do?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Is second wind and action surge we can only use it once in an encounter, or do we get to use them multiple times?
It's once per long rest.
I see.
So it's gonna be like a 8 to 12
Actually,
hour rest.
Action surge is a short or long rest.
Okay.
Second wind is also a short or long rest.
So yeah, you wouldn't be able to use it again on this encounter.
Okay.
So Eric, if you're gonna attack again, let's go. Give me a roll.
And I will, since my lance is already impaled into her, I'm going to use my longsword. Was it a longsword or short sword?
You can
It was
pull it
longsword.
out
You
and
can just
stab her
pull
again
it
if you
out.
want. Unless you're trying to make her a pincushion or something.
I will make her a pincushion.
Okay.
All right. Your
Actually, good idea,
longsword
it's coming.
one-handed is a d8 for damage. It's the exact same strength modifier to hit. Or if you two-hand it, but if how you're doing it, you're going to do it one-handed.
Yeah.
So you would do 1d8 plus 3.
Okay, and a longsword is a simple weapon, correct? Or is it a martial?
I believe it's martial.
Okay, so then
You
I'm
can use
proficient.
it.
Then I'm proficient with it, so that's
Yeah.
a plus
It's-
5 instead of a plus 3.
Yeah, it's going to be the exact same as your lance.
18 to
Hits.
hit.
That hits. Give me some damage.
And it's a 1d8, correct?
1d8 plus your strength if you're hitting with one hand.
Yeah, I'm hitting with one hand. That is an 8.
Ooh.
All right. Okay, so you have your lance in her. You pull out your long sword. You already called, I'm going to end you. You bring the long sword down. She looks up, surprise in her eyes as you hack in through her collarbone into her chest, and she just crumples down to the ground and falls over. And you have killed this woman.
That is one Bartholomew!
Everyone's like, why are you yelling at a dead person?
She killed my sugar!
So Rise, obviously the spell goes away. All these like swirling demonic creatures disappear instantly, and she's just laying there, eyes glazed over, as you yell at her, and Rise is just standing there.
Scab is going to collapse.
Yeah. Rise is just stunned, looking over it at each of you. So, she was evil, right?
Yes, boy. She was evil.
I just don't. I didn't think them attacking you was right, but I don't think killing someone is right either. And your poor horse. And you see him like move over. He's like, I'm a stable hand by trade, and I hate to see the animals needlessly killed. I am glad that you took down the spell, but the damage that you've done, that she has done here. What's that?
And go. I'm gonna walk over and put my hand on his shoulder. Boy, we are knights. Our job is to protect and preserve peace of our citizens.
But I just watched you punch the citizens in the face. I just watched you guys murder someone. How is that good?
The punch was to de-escalate the situation because they would not listen to words. Murdering her was because she tried murdering you.
It's not murder if it's self-defense.
Yeah, he's all scarred and twitching.
We stopped the threats because she tried harming or killing you.
No, she was after you.
She sent a spell straight at you. Did you not see? Did you not see my comrade throw you out of the way of the spell?
I wasn't sure what he was doing, to be quite honest. I was just caught up in the moment. Thank you. It doesn't feel right. Like, there's literally dead people. He's never seen, like a battle of any sort before, especially with like magic being cast and like infernal creatures swirling around. He's like a little bit shell-shocked at this moment, and then he's sort of like hyper-focused on this horse that's sort of been tore up with all these like cuts and rips and tears all over its flesh, and he just starts to openly weep. He doesn't really know how to handle the emotions that are sort of flooding him, and he just starts crying. Sort of like weeping over this horse that has just died.
I'm going to take my helmet off and pull the boy into a hug and go, combat and war is not a beautiful thing. It is miserable and it is treacherous. But sometimes it must be done.
I suppose so. So I have to step out of character really quick. We've been going for 2 hours already, and I did not realize that until I just looked. Are you guys okay to do one more encounter?
Yeah.
Yeah. While they're in the middle, I'm going to kneel in front of the witch and start praying over her.
Okay. So just, excuse me. So as far as awareness of the gods, you're a paladin. And so you actually are already aware that Paladine, who's the sort of holy god of good, like the head of the good gods, he has returned in the same way that Takhisis has returned, and that's how you're able to actually heal people through the magic given to you by him. Mm-hmm. And so you do actually understand that the gods are really there, and they do at times listen and intercede. Everyone else, though, thinks it's kind of just like, it's like your religion. It's, it's what you believe, but it's not real. You know what I mean? Like, they're not really thinking that it's actually real. Your friends here probably do, because you fought together and you've clearly shown divine intervention with your magic and stuff. But as far as like viewing commoners and stuff, they're just sort of like, oh, there's a crazy old guy again, praying over a body. That's weird. Just to give you a little bit of context to what people are thinking here.
No, that's perfectly fine. But
how old is your character?
Didn't quite, because this is medieval times.
Because Scab's only around 25.
20 would be considered quite old.
Yeah, I think I have you guys in your mid-20s, each of you, varying ages, but in there.
Okay.
So it'll be well in the adult, so it's relative, because life expectancy is probably 45.
Well, especially 50. As a warrior, I mean.
Yeah. But I'm like, oh, Paladine, please beseech me and hear my call. This poor woman, gripped by darkness, lost her battle. Please save her soul. Do not let her to sail. She has suffered enough and paid the ultimate price for her sins. Show mercy. Wow. And show mercy on those that she infected with her darkness. Please, show mercy to this village. They have suffered enough through times of darkness that have come to
What? Who's using the bathroom? What the hell is that?
What's that? Did I open a fissure in the?
I think you
the
did.
rocks start opening up?
Space-time just erupted.
Scab is no wizard. He would definitely not be a waterbender.
This is more not only is part of the devout religion, but it's loud enough because I know the villagers are still in the peripheries, didn't leave completely.
Yeah.
But I'm forgiving me or asking for forgiveness for them as much as the witch is now dead, and to show mercy and an end to their suffering, and to put a stop to this darkness. And I kind of go on a bit of a litany.
Nice. Okay. Well, just on role-playing between Scab and his role-playing during the combat, being terrified of fire, Gabriel giving Rise some comfort, and you asking for forgiveness for someone who was actively trying to murder you to save their soul. I'm going to have each of you have inspiration. Ultimately, Rise is offering you an opportunity of having one of his horses, but it means that he's going to come and take care of all of your horses, knowing that two of you really were struggling with your horses. This is probably a welcome event. He can act as a squire of taking care of your sort of supplies and taking care of your horses as you all go forward, and allowing you to focus on combat and stuff like that. But he offers a replacement horse if he can come along and help all of you. And you saw how he handled himself too. You know, in the battle, he was clear-headed, talking people down. Like he was actively helping you.
Does he have parents?
No, I've been an orphan for a number of years, and I've actually moved to this town about 3 years ago, and they've been fairly kind to me. But after seeing the way they reacted today, not just to all of you, but how quickly they turned to darkness when presented the opportunity, I'm not entirely sure I want to stay here. Where are all of you headed?
During dark times and unfavorable events, people will change in the flick of a hat.
Clearly.
People will break down. People could change. You never truly know who someone really is until they're shown true discomfort.
So where are you all headed?
We're just going to be heading up the river to collect information, talk to a different lord or king.
As in, we all forgot to take notes.
So you were headed to Vogler to talk.
I took notes. I just couldn't catch the names.
We're going with the notes that we magically forgot.
Everyone's all
to
turning pages. It was so once you tell her that you're going to Vogler, he's like, I would love to go to that town as well if it's a protected town and we don't have to worry about a small village like this being corrupted, and I can tend to your horses, and I can take care of your armor, and I can oil your swords, and I'm a true asset, and I'll stay out of the combat. I'll stay away from all of the danger, and if you just take me with you and let me get to safety, I would feel much better in a fortified city than here.
How does your family think about this?
I'm an orphan. I've been an orphan my whole life. I just moved to this village 3 years ago. I have nothing holding me here. And now that I saw how they acted, I don't want to stay here. So if you want a horse, I can provide a horse, but you have to take me with you. That's part of the deal.
I'm gonna look at Scab.
Scab is currently still laying on the floor in pain. He has multiple open wounds.
Just moaning.
Is currently face down in the dirt.
Okay. So I will have another spell before hopefully nothing happens between now and the rest of the day.
Just gonna mumble under my breath. I feel that.
I mean, everyone's hurt, right? So you can take a short rest, and you have hit die. You can spend a hit die to get hit points back.
Oh, if we're able to do a short rest, I'm going to second wind.
What was that?
Scab, somewhat hearing the conversation, is just going to say, if you want to take up the role of a squire, you could help. Now, can you please help me to the cart?
Yes, sir. Excitedly. Yes. He let you lean on him and help steady you and move you over to the cart and stuff.
Yeah,
He's
Scab's not gonna
attentive.
get on a horse.
He takes care of your stuff. He
Who's
takes
got the
your
most
lance out
damage?
of the corpse and he's like wiping the lance down. He wipes the blood off of your sword, Eric. Like he's helpful.
Yeah, we have hit die. It should be right underneath our current HP and temporary HP.
Yeah.
And they're just D10s.
Just I can cure wounds. I have another spell to use, but that'll be me for the day. As long as we don't run into anything else.
I would say save it because we have another combat coming up. So I'll just spend my hit dice to regain some hit points. And for hit die, do I add anything to the roll or do I just do the basic 10 roll?
That's a great question that I don't know the answer to. Gabriel, do you know?
Did I take damage from the demons? Well, kind of. Oh.
No, I
it's
think
fine.
it was
never
killed
came to
before
your
your turn. Yeah.
All right.
So
So I
I'm-
just basically had a leisurely stroll through the village to hit
You were
points,
just
and that was
So-
it.
punching people in the face.
So how hit dice? So how hit dice works in 5th edition is that's what determines how much more HP you gain per next level.
Oh, okay. So but it says I have 2 of them.
No, you can spend hit die in order to heal yourself in short rests and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I could have swore that was a thing. I thought. I
Yeah,
read
it says
that.
hit dice D10, then I have a total of 2.
Yeah, I don't think you add anything to it. I think it's just, but you only have that many hit dice until you do a long rest. I think.
All right.
trying to
so
find
I'll
it.
let's see. So that's +9 right now. And I feel like that should be enough. That should bring me up to 15.
That's good.
Yeah, so
I actually don't see it listed anywhere in the player's handbook that I'm looking, but I remember reading it. So if anyone
Okay.
watching this has any reference, please let me know.
I'm currently looking up. That's for 2nd and 3.5 edition. Okay, short rest rules, D&D guide. A short rest is a period of downtime at least 1 hour long during which a character does nothing more strenuous than eating, drinking, reading, or tedious or holy hell, I cannot.
Yeah, okay, don't worry.
Tends to wounds. There we go.
I mean,
A character
literally.
can spend 1 or more hit dice to end of short rest up to the character's maximum number of hit dice. Oh, never mind.
All right, so yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
that's
the
what
way
I
I
thought.
used it.
Yeah.
You spend
Okay.
a hit dice, you roll a D10, and whatever you get, that's how much HP.
Okay.
Sounds
So
good.
that was my bad.
No, it's fine, man.
All right, so
And the fact that you said "holy hell," considering someone just summoned demons from a god, I would say you're correct on that
that's
assessment.
pretty fitting. All right, so you have a short rest.
I'm just in the cart.
Okay. So then Rise grabs the horse, and you guys can start moving on to Vogler if you want.
Yeah.
The commoners are not coming out. The people who were actually wounded are definitely like locked up in their homes and their places of business, waiting for you guys to leave before they come out and probably burn this corpse that's just laying there.
More fire.
Yeah. We got to get out of town quick. Why?
They'll bring you the torches.
I was thinking of gathering them all, giving them a sermon, and making them pray and pay penance, but maybe not. Maybe we'll just move on.
Yeah. You spend like a whole week here just lecturing these people. And next time an evil priestess comes to town, you'll know what to do.
You will
No
think
need
on
for
your
violence.
erections.
Just punch them.
Yeah. If we've shown you anything, we've shown you a good punch to the face really changes attitudes, all right? Just saying.
Now one. 5 healed paladins.
And you also learn to fear fire.
Yeah. All right. So you guys have been traveling. You've passed through a couple other villages. You've actually collected a couple rumors about strange creatures, but there's no actual verifiable like proof to these rumors. There's been a lot of random travelers that you've stopped and talked to that have talked about rumors about gathering forces in Estwild off to the east. Armies being raised, mercenaries going to call to arms, but no one has any verifiable fact or proof of really anything. That's why they're still ultimately rumors. And since these creatures that you had heard about from Captain Friel, you haven't seen or heard any evidence of them crossing the Vingard River at this point, you should feel pretty confident that whatever had happened over in Estwild ultimately is staying there, at least for now. So really, you're just collecting rumors and information until you get to Vogler, and then you're going to present that information to the mayor there, and ultimately try to find that Baccharis person that's wanted for murder in Estwild. You're going to try to capture him and bring him back. On the way up... oh, go ahead.
With us traveling, does that mean we had taken a long rest?
Yeah, after it's going to have been like 3 or 4 days of traveling so far, so you can be fully healed. All your spells are recovered, all your hit dice are recovered at this point. And
Sweet.
You're actually enjoying the company. Rise is a relatively funny individual. He takes great care of the animals, and he's taking care of your equipment as well. He seems to be a good addition, and you're providing protection and experience for him. It's actually a net benefit all around for what's going on. And again, the weather, this is autumn, and so every once in a while you'll have an afternoon of a little bit of rains and stuff like that, but ultimately the weather continues to be remarkably cool, but warm and welcomed. This isn't really winter season at all as of yet, and this temperate zone is very this is the most productive region in all of this continent of Ansalon for crops and animals, and so life here is actually, aside from the coming war, really great. Not for you guys as Knights of Solamnia, because you're distrusted by the majority of people, but for the most part, the average commoner has a pretty decent lifestyle here at this time. So as you're moving through, you're having to navigate your way through this sort of ravine space that is sort of paralleling the Vingard River as you head north toward Vogler. And your passive perceptions, again, can you guys read those off to me really quick? What's your perception?
Passive perception or perception?
Well, your passive perception.
My passive perception is 28.
What?
I don't know. I'm just reading what's off the paper.
No, that's not your passive perception at all. Your passive perception should just be your flat perception number.
It's passive wisdom perception. Is that it? No.
Because on our paper, that's what we're seeing. The passive perception, because the perception's in brackets, it says passive wisdom.
Oh, I don't see that at all.
It's going to be underneath
charisma.
It's underneath the skills.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's crazy high. Okay, so you guys are I don't know if you guys are seeing the map that I'm on at this point.
I see it.
Okay, so as you guys are coming through this little ravine, you're just moving yourself. You actually start to hear scurrying around the trees and in the sort of cliffs above you. And rather than being surprised, you know that something is there. So we're going to run an initiative roll here right now. So go ahead and give me your initiatives.
Okay.
I'm going to have all the bad guys be on one initiative for simplicity.
Okay, I have a +2 to my initiative, if I remember correctly. So 9.
Give me 1 second.
No problem.
Since you're not surprised. Okay, so you had Scab had 9.
Yep.
Okay, what was who's next? Eric, what was yours? 5?
Yep.
And Charles, what was yours?
Uh, 8 minus. I don't know how you do that. Be 7.
Beautiful rolls, everyone. Beautiful rolls.
I see 8.
How do you do the plus and minus part? Do you type that in?
If you go to the like the dice thing, you should see at the bottom it says advanced dice roller. You click on that,
Okay.
it pulls up basically like a little table. It'll say how many rolls you're doing, the dice you are using. Wait, I used a D10.
All right, roll.
So I'm gonna re-roll because that 9 I got was with a D10.
Gotcha.
I actually
Or-
got a 6.
Another thing that you could do is what I've been doing is /roll. Let's do, for example, 1d20.
Oh, you're
and-
doing it as a formula? I'll just do
Yeah,
the test.
that's what I'm typing, just without the period.
So I pulled up these images, these illustrations. These are the creatures that were trying to surprise you that you noticed. They are scale covered, just like Captain Friel was describing. Some of them have cloaks around them. They have wings, and they are just like sort of hovering over, waiting to jump down and attack you.
So
One of them's a heckin' chonker.
so
Yeah.
it's going to be /, so right next to shift, it's going to be the question mark.
Oh, I left that on it. Right.
You can just add it in your
/
head as well and just tell me.
Roll.
Yeah, you could just do
Just
like
go
also
for
a
it.
regular roll.
Just interesting.
There's multiple ways to do it.
I'll do it. Man. Doesn't matter.
I just
Let's
see
get on the
for
game.
you guys, I don't actually see you guys giving any rolls. I just see you typing in thing. Like I see /roll 1d10 minus 1. I don't actually see a roll happening.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I did our normal roll, but it was 7 anyway, so that was the first one, so it's okay. I was just playing about.
So
I would just say
Charles will
use
do
the,
7.
the dice thing on the left.
That's what's supposed to happen when you type it out.
So
Ah.
0. All right,
So-
so Eric, you had 5. Is that accurate?
Yep, I had a 5.
Charles, you had 7.
I had a 6.
Scab had 6, not a 9. Okay, perfect.
No, because I rolled a d10.
Okay, so
with
they
the
didn't
first one.
surprise you, but they are going first. So these are different looking creatures. Some of them look like they have more of like a brass hue to them, and others have a copper hue to them. But they're these great hulking lizard, sort of dragon-like humanoid creatures, and they're all just waiting to pounce down at you. Now it's their turn, and so they immediately jump off these, like the ones that are up on this cliff. You see it just jump off. It spreads its wings out that help slow it down as it descends. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And it's just standing in front of you, just like grinning, waiting. This one runs across the ridge, 5, 10, 15, and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, drops down. Charles, this one is going to attack you. Just so you
Is
guys
that
know, this is
one-
called a
oh,
bastard
yeah.
draconian. What's that?
Oh no, I just couldn't see the grid, so I didn't know if it was actually adjacent or not.
Oh, here, let me.
No, I see it. I see it just fine. I just didn't see it initially, so don't worry about
Gotcha.
me.
I'm just going to bump it up a little bit, just for simplicity's sake.
Very helpful.
Okay, so 16, is that a hit, Charles, on your armor class? I think it is.
Sorry, yeah, armor class is 16.
Okay, so I'm just going to do average damage rather than rolling each time. So you take 4 damage. He had a short sword. He flew down, spreads wings out to slow himself down, and he just comes down and hacks right into you. And you're not surprised as in flat-footed, but you're surprised that these creatures are able to fly down from these heights. You've never seen that before in this type of a creature. You've never seen this type of a creature before. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. You see the second one come down, trying to do the exact same thing. This one completely misses you. You're ready for it. You saw this first one come down, and you immediately brought your sword up to block it. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This one runs up to you and attack. Man, you just got to be in front. This is the worst.
Am I paying from an easy time last round?
I think you
Is
might
this
be.
what it is?
You
Yeah,
take
just
4
get
more
the other
damage
ones.
from this one running up to you and slicing at you. And then you guys notice that there's some coming from around the corner as well.
From behind us. Or-
These ones are in front of you. This, I
Alright,
mean,
so-
you're actually facing south in this moment, but ultimately you're heading north. These ones are, let's see, that was here, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Is that everyone? I think that's everyone. This one
Yeah,
is
that's
staying up here, not moving at all. Okay, so that's all of these creatures. Next, well, we started here. Hold on, let me set this into
You moved all of them.
ascending or descending. There. Okay, next, Charles, you're up.
Right.
So you just had
I'll
two of
go
them
with this
actually
one.
cut into you.
I'll go for this one.
Okay, the one right here.
Yep. So, oh my god.
A 6
that's
is not
a
good
miss.
enough.
Just looking
They're
at
ready.
something.
They just parry your blow, and you just hear them yelling out at you. Just chattering and gibbering on. Do any of you speak Draconic? I don't think any
no.
of you do, but
Not
You didn't give us
Uh,
a chance to learn it.
yeah, that's my
Negative.
fault.
Get race out of
Bad
here.
DM. Bad
Yeah,
DM.
no, I'm killing you all right now. This is how it goes.
Hostile GM.
Yeah. This is turned against us. All right, so you try to attack him. Do you have any other bonus actions or any other moves you want to do?
No. I think I'll just
Scab, you're up.
accept
right.
it. It's
Just
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
So that
Yeah,
was Charles. I'm pretty sure who was attacked.
Yes.
All right. I'm Charles.
Yeet.
No. Squire Reyes, get out of here. And then he's going to basically jump from the wagon. Can we consider the wagon to be mounted?
Yeah.
So yeah,
It'll
it
take
only
half your
cost me
move.
5.
Yeah.
No, it only cost me 5 because of my Squire of
Right.
Solomon. So I do that, and in doing so, I'm going to be pulling out my longsword to two-hand it. I'm going to charge,
Nice.
and I'm going to do this precise strike thing at the bottom of this Squire of Solomon thing, which means I can roll it. I can roll this attack with advantage, and
Awesome.
I add a D8 to this damage.
So roll 2 20s and take the higher roll.
Okay, so you get a +3 for my regular attack. Okay, so 17.
And that's a Baz, and that is a hit.
Okay, then I do a D10 +5 for. I'm pretty sure it's +5. Sorry, let me just double check this. Don't want to, because I spent so much of the last fight only punching. I didn't
Yeah.
actually know what my sword does.
It's time for war here.
Oh, +3. Oh, so I should have put a +5 to the attack. All right, so I actually got a 19.
You hit.
So I'm just going to add +3 to the damage. So because I'm two-handing, okay, so 12, and then I do an extra D8. So a total of 15 damage.
That's great. That is great. Yeah, you charge into him and bring it down, cut right into his arm, almost severing his arm from his body, and he just screams out, just
You will burn my... No, not burn! Burn!
Rise screams and runs into the tree line. And you just see him running
Run,
and hiding.
Guys, run!
Okay, so that's your turn.
That would
Eric.
be my-
Okay. I'm gonna quickly read. In addition, Square of Solamnia. Wait a minute.
Square
Okay, there.
Slam. Yeah.
Precise strike. Once per turn, when you make a weapon attack roll against a creature, you could cause this attack roll to have advantage. If the attack hits, you roll a d8 and add the number. Is that while you're mounted?
No, that's... The mounted thing is just saying you can... Instead of spending half your turn to unmount, you only spend 5 feet.
Yeah.
This precise strike is another thing, because this is on melee when you do a weapon attack.
Yeah.
So say how I did my weapon
Okay.
attack, you can then make it a advantage attack, and then add plus a D8.
Mhm.
So you still have to roll the D8.
Okay. So I'm right here.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
Would I be able to?
You are.
So
Uh,
5,
No, I wouldn't be able
10.
to.
15 would be right there.
Yeah,
Okay,
you'd be able to make it to that one.
15. I wasn't, or I was originally not going to hop off my horse, but
I mean,
yeah, I'll
it's
just do that.
that's yeah. You're not gonna be able to maneuver past these trees and stuff and all the people if you're still on your horse because it's a large creature.
Yeah, I realize that. Okay. Let's do the precise strike with the long sword.
Are
Roll
you
to
gonna
hit.
two-hand the longsword?
Oh yes.
All right, that means your damage is a D8, or no, your damage is a D10, not
D10.
D8.
Roll the attack.
Oh, that is a 24 to hit.
Very nice.
Roll again. You might get a nat 20.
For
Because
advantage?
you have advantage. Because
You have advantage because you're precise strike.
Nope.
All right. So 24.
Give me some damage.
And it's a D10.
D10 plus your strength. So I think it's a 3. I think we have the same
Yeah.
strength.
Okay, and I'm gonna quickly roll for the precise strike
For-
damage.
Yeah, just an extra D8.
8,
So
9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Nice. All right, 13.
does he lose his other arm?
Are you attacking the exact same one? Yeah, you are.
Yes.
So a
Yes.
13 drops him. So you cut into him, and he has just got this surprised look on his face, and you see his body completely turn to stone, and this gas start seeping out of the pores of the stone that was once his body. So I need Charles, Scab, and Eric to all give me a saving throw versus Constitution. A Constitution saving throw.
Constitution. Oh, I'm proficient with this one.
You're proficient with Constitution
Okay.
saving throws?
Yep.
Or is that Constitution just your highest?
No, I'm proficient with Constitution saving throw.
How does that work?
Oh, that must be one of his feats. Or Like-
No, if you look at the top left, right next to strength, dexterity, and constitution, there's going to be a saving throw box, and there should be a check mark to which one you're proficient in.
oh, so strength and Constitution for me, yeah. So
Yeah.
looks like
I don't
I
think
would get a
wisdom
plus
and charisma are going to help me out this round.
Oh, that's
I-
that one. It's a that one.
A natural one? Okay. And what did,
I mean, hey, that's the first of the session.
So-
I got a 10.
Tristan got a 10. What did you get, Colin?
Oh!
Oh,
You're good.
There we go.
Okay.
You stole all of Eric's luck. Gosh.
Scab
Hostile
and
plan.
Eric. Scab and Eric. This mist sort of encircles all around you, and you literally find yourself completely freezing up and becoming stone yourselves.
oh no.
So at the end of your next turn, you can try to save again, but you lose your next initial turn because you're frozen.
So, wait, is it like on our next turn, if we fail it, then we're frozen and we lose a turn?
No, you lose your next turn, and then you'll try to
Okay.
make the save again. And if you fail it again, it'll keep going. And this lasts for a full minute. Each of these rounds is 6 seconds. So
No,
it'll
I
be-
get that. So that's 10 turns.
Yeah, it'll be a while that you're frozen here. And this guy is frozen in stone and just sort of crumbles apart down into the ground. And these other draconians are just sneering and smiling. He's like, ah, death, kill them,
Yeah.
kill them.
Would we get an AC bonus because we are now stone?
No, that would be awesome. I mean, your regular steel is better than stone anyway. So
Would it be
Whatever.
I mean,
possible-
yes, but now we no longer have fleshy bits because we're now
True.
stone.
all your fleshy bits. So that was Eric was the last one. We're back at the top with the draconians. So this Baz is going to stay on you, Charles, and he actually gets 2 attacks. So he hits twice.
Lovely.
Yeah, so you take 8
Lovely.
damage from 2 different attacks, just cutting you down a little bit at a time. Make sure you're keeping track of your... Oh, you are. Okay, good.
Yep.
And this second one is going to do the exact same thing. They're just ready to cut you down. Completely misses the first one. The second one, you're able to deflect with your sword, and so it doesn't take any damage. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's going to come over here and attack Eric. You're flat-footed. What does that mean? As far
Is
as
he
this
flat-footed?
game, well, you guys are frozen, so you can't defend yourselves.
No, but we're made of stone.
Yeah. Let's see.
So maybe it's just a natural attack.
Petrified. I mean, it means you're prone. It means you
Is
don't
that
get
a
a
hammer
choice.
to
You don't get to
reach a double
defend
roll?
yourself.
So
at
then
all.
he would get
You just
advantage
get
on the
an
attack?
automatic attack, I think. I think it's automatic success because you're just frozen. You can't do anything. So you
So, like, when
automatically take
The
8
people
damage from that
hitting
one.
me last encounter they just got advantage when they
Well,
hit
you
me when I
weren't
was prone.
you weren't petrified though.
Okay, so it's different.
Like you're
Got it.
actually physically petrified at this moment. You're just
Okay.
frozen. So Eric, you
You're
take 8
trying so hard,
damage.
brilliant.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 is all he can move. You're going to take 8 damage, Scab.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Eric, you take 8 more damage. 5, 10, 15, 20. He's using both of his daggers on Eric. This is a K-Pack Draconian, which means if he succeeds and hits, which he obviously does, you're actually going to be poisoned. You take, let's see.
Dead.
Oh, what?
20 HP, 8. 8 minus 20 is
12.
12, and then 8 minus 20 again is, or 8
Yeah,
minus
so this was just
12
like
is
stabbing both
4.
of his knives in your neck, and you just obviously you're petrified and frozen until your next turn. Then you'll drop down physically, but yeah, your character falls down dead. This guy glides down 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and he's going to do the same thing. 2 dagger attacks into Scab. So
How
the
much
daggers
damage?
do 5 each, so that's 10 damage piercing, plus 7 damage is poison.
I'm
So that's
dead.
14. So he stabs into you, you drop down dead. Charles, you
Well,
are the
not drop
last.
down. I'm a rock.
Yeah, that's true. You don't drop yet. Charles, you're the last man standing, and I believe it's your turn.
Right
Rise
then,
has run around the corner at this point.
I do have one question.
Yeah.
Would I be able to use one of my interrupt abilities or no?
What do you mean interrupt?
Like how would I be able to use my fighting style protector to say save?
Oh, not on your turn. You could, like, if you would
Is
like,
it on-
call that out, but yeah, I mean, does it say it's a reaction or does it say it's a bonus action?
It
When a
says
creature you
it's
can
when a
see
creature
attacks
attacks a target,
other than you.
so it's reaction.
Oh yeah, but you're petrified, so you can't do that right now.
I know. Ah,
But otherwise, I mean, this was going to be the outcome no matter what.
it was gonna be the outcome. I just want them to have to work for it.
This,
'Cause-
to be fair, this is a lot of them, and they're pretty tough.
Yeah,
I know,
have
but
you seen,
then we have to
have
make
you
it
seen
work.
any of our previous games? There's really like 1 or 2 of them.
That's true. This is kind of modus operandi for how we roll. It's
I mean,
just
if they're already gonna win, then maybe you can just give this to me and it's like,
sorry, Scab. You just got another Scab. All right, Charles, you're up.
nope, I finally earned the name.
All right.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I wanted to cure wounds in myself and then try and get another swing in.
Okay, all right. What's the?
Actually, do you know what I am? Stuff it. Let's do it. I'm gonna cure wounds in myself.
Do it. You got nothing to lose.
Okay. No. Right.
How much do you heal yourself?
What do I do for that?
I think you just
Doesn't
like
tell
whatever
you.
the. All right, Charles. Let's look at your spell.
Duration up to 10 minutes.
Cure wounds gives you
Cure wounds,
1d8
sorry.
plus
Sorry,
your
sorry.
spellcasting modifier,
Right.
which is I think is charisma for you.
So you add your charisma to 6, and that's how much health you get back.
This one's 2, so I get 8.
I thought it was also your casting modifier.
Modifier would be
Yeah, isn't that charisma for paladins?
Could be wisdom.
Doesn't matter what. I get it. So I'm with the 12 anyway. So I'll give me maybe another minute's worth of action against all these.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be swarmed to your next turn. All right, so you heal yourself. Is that a action, or is that a bonus action, or what is that spell?
I think it's a bonus action, same as last time.
Okay, then you got a regular action. What do you want to do?
Right. I'm gonna have we go with this one.
Yeah, so that's charisma for him. So it would be 6 plus your charisma.
Charisma
Yeah, it's obviously
bonus or charisma number?
Charisma modifier. So
Yeah.
like say 14, it would be a 2.
Yeah, that's what you did.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to attack this
Yeah.
one?
Yep. Obviously longsword, two-handed. Maybe try and take one with me.
Do you also have that Squire of Solamnia ability?
Yes, he does.
Then, if you want, you could use that to make it an advantage and give you a +8 or plus D8.
Let's have a crack at that. Okay.
Yeah, one last hurrah.
One moment. Yep. At least if we get one, get a wing.
We
You can do it.
killed one so far.
I believe in you.
So they'll have
Yep,
to remember
right.
us.
Yeah.
So 5, 18.
18 on the Baz Draconian is a hit.
Yep.
Give me some damage.
Do I roll again for the D8? That's right.
You just roll an
You
extra
roll your
D8
damage and then do a
plus
D8
minus.
as well.
So roll that again. So that's another 5. So it's 23 in total.
Wow. That is a great hit. All right, I'm going to need you to save Constitution save for me. You
killed one.
cut into this Draconian and he immediately freezes to stone and this gas starts leaking out of his porous body. The old version of
So-
Draconians, it actually used to like turn to stone so it would lock your weapon into it, which was like a pretty scary
That's right.
proposition
That's
as
what we
well.
did last time.
But this is totally
mean,
different.
It could still say this happens, especially if they kill him, especially if he like turns to stone this
Right.
turn, then he'll die, and it's like we died as statues stabbing Draconians.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so what was your
Increase the
save?
market score.
Your Constitution save?
May I do a D10 for
Roll a d20 and add your Constitution modifier if you have one.
You know, you said that you didn't have a Constitution
I'll do
modifier.
+2.
Okay.
Yep, so just
So
Plus,
d20 plus that.
yep.
10 is not enough. So
That's
you
what I thought it
immediately
was.
freeze up and just start turning petrified. You're not able to actually move or anything as the rest of these Draconians swarm on you and just outright murder you. And seconds later, all of your corpses drop to the ground and they, you don't see anything, but ultimately what happens is Rise goes, finds the heroes, and actually tells them to come help. When they arrive, most of these Draconians have already left, and some of them go to attack the heroes. But that is it, people. Thank you so much for joining
Could
us.
we have a final thoughts?
Yeah.
Of our hero. All right. Does
What is
anyone
your
want to
final
go
thought?
first? Scab's final thought as he starts to turn to stone, and his first thought is, huh, "Fire can't hurt me anymore." As he now dies.
Nice. All right, Eric, what's your final thoughts?
We did just kill a guy, so
Yeah.
you could have like a moment of glory there.
What do you got, Eric? Gabriel?
Take that, the lizard.
Nice.
Have at thee, lizard.
Charles, what do you got?
Paladine, forgive them. They know not what they do.
Forever the consummate religious man. All right. That is it for this live play one shot called Rumor of War. I'd like to thank the players, of course, for joining me and making this just an entertaining session. What did you guys think watching this of the Shadow of the Dragon Queen prelude to Scales of War scenario? Did we do the prelude justice with this particular game? Feel free to email me at info@dlsaga.com or leave a comment below. I'd like to take a moment and remind you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, ring the bell to get notified about upcoming videos, and click that stupid like button, if for no other reason, out of spite. Why not? Just click it. This all goes to help other Dragonlance fans learn about this channel and, of course, its content. This channel is all about celebrating the wonderful world of the Dragonlance Saga thank you so much for joining me in the celebration. Once again, this has been Adam with DragonLance Saga. Until next time, Solamnia.
And remember, don't touch fire.
Don't play with fire, kids.